Alright. Welcome to SideboardMTG. My name's Eric, and it's time for the Patreon games. This will be the final Patreon games for March. So, you know, those of you that did sign up to become a patron in the month of March, your first charge will be for April, and at that point, you will all be eligible for a game played for yourself there. So make sure you post those decks. Keep a lookout on Patreon. I am trying to always make sure that there are posts up so that you guys know when to or know where to post your decks, but you can always direct message me there on Patreon. So for all of my patrons, I definitely want to give a huge thank you. It wouldn't be possible to do what we do here on SideboardMTG, play the competitive games, the leagues, and things like that, if it wasn't for Patreons like yourself, or patrons like yourself. Man, isn't that confusing? Patrons. But if it wasn't for the patrons of the channel, we definitely would not be able to do what we do. So thank you very much for that. I had planned to do an extended the Patreon games today for, I actually thought that there were more decks to be run, but it actually seems that we do have a few spots left before we are able to fill up a full month. So if you guys have thought about becoming a patron and joining this service or anything, we do have about 4 or 5 spots left. If anyone wants to get in on that, there's a link in the description box below. And as always, thank you very much for your patronage if you do decide to do that. All right, let's get into today's game here. Now, before I actually start talking about all of these decks, you'll notice that I don't have the cards for these decks, and that's easily remedied. We're waiting on a request to come through to pick up these cards from manatraders. If you are a manatraders user, or if you would like to start renting cards so that you could play Magic, if you're a manatraders user, of course, there's always the link in the description box below where you can just click the link and click rent, and you can be playing this deck within a few minutes. Or if you want to sign up for manatraders, you can do that as well. But you do not actually have to be a member of manatraders to use some of their features. Oh man, I've got I forgot I did not fix the display. Anyway, to sign up for some of their features, if you would like to sign up for any of oh man, I haven't messed this plug up so hard. You guys are laughing at me, aren't you? Whew, it's been a long day already. If you want to sign up for manatraders, Sideboard MTG 15 will save you 15% off your first 4 months. All right, links in the description. We're gonna fix this. Why don't I? Why? Come on, YouTube. Oh, streaming so hard. Yep, streaming. I love it. What's up, everyone? Can't even type. That's how this works, right? Let me get the stream up here. Where's my chat? YouTube. Bam, there we go. Alright, we're starting to get somewhere. Well, I originally thought that I was going to have more decks to play today, but we just did not. We do have a stream challenger that hopefully will be popping in. Hopefully J-Dubs will swing in and let us know if he's going to be challenging the stream or not. We'll see if J-Dubs pops in. Anyway, what's up, everybody? We're gonna play some Magic. Like that's what we're gonna do today. We're just a few minutes off of having all the cards, so let's talk about the decks that we're gonna be playing. So I've got one that was going to be a challenger, and unfortunately, due to me moving, and now he's definitely got things going on. A little bit hard for us to match up the times there, and so we're gonna be running this Merfolk list, and instead of the stream challenge, and then we have J-Dubs, who is going to be challenging towards the end of the stream, I believe, and then I am going to be running the Metalwork combo deck upon request for Mike, and then we've got Fuzzy's Bounty for Mr. Trigg. I'm going to be running, which I guess is another Mike, but for Mr. Trigg, we're going to be running the revamped version of the deck that we kind of played around with the other night. It was such a bad showing of the deck, and we had the open slot, so I wanted to just go ahead and like give it another run through. I just didn't feel good about it, so I wanted to give it another run through after we had adjusted the deck and see if it played any better, or if it was a little bit more competitive. Maybe, I don't know, it may be the idea itself, you know, Brass's Bounty. Like, we might have to find, you know, a better way to make some use of Brass's Bounty. But for right now, Wildfire Eternal's a little bit, you know, volatile, so I'm a little on the fence about a Wildfire Eternal deck. But as far as Brass's Bounty goes, I wanted to give this deck another shot for sure. Because, again, I just felt that the deck didn't really get the showing that I wanted it to have, and there seems to be a lot going on here with the deck, and it's got the pieces that it needs to be, you know, fairly competitive, at least, you know, Friday night, you know, pain in the neck, if nothing else. And, you know, I really would like to see this deck get a better showing so I could get a better understanding of it, and I guess maybe the better way to do that would be to just go test with the deck a little bit. And sometimes when it's just, you know, out of the box thinking and things like that, and the only reason I say out of the box thinking is because no one's playing Wildfire Eternal decks, but you know, there's just not a lot of basis on the archetype. So let's get this up here. But for the first deck we're going to run, we're going to be running the Merfolk. Now, the Metalwork Colossus deck, this is based on the original Metalwork Colossus deck that I ran, and it's very, very similar to that. A couple changes. That deck got ran over by anything that was fast, and I notice here he's got the Sweltering Suns in, and he's got Cathartic Reunion over the kill spells that I was running. And I actually think that's a really, really smart play, because one of the biggest problems I was having was getting my first Colossus in the graveyard so that I could sack it, so that I could sack it. So that's going to be a lot of fun to try his version of this. And I've got a version that's going to be coming very soon, but we're going to play around with this deck a little bit. We're definitely going to open up some room in the sideboard, probably for Negate, and I just threw that sideboard together, copying that from my old deck, and I don't know if that would be the right way to go here with the Whirler Decoction Module combo. But I honestly think that this deck might need some Saheeli Raz or something like that to make it really go off. But either way, we're going to give that a shot, and then again, hopefully J-Dubs will show up, and we'll kind of go from there. So let's see what we've got. Zach Cedillo, poor fella, man, he went to the PPTQ today. I think he took GPG, and he said that he was a winning into the top 8 and didn't make it. So you know, hated to hear you know, one of our own didn't do so well in the PPTQ, but hey, he was almost to the top 8. Hopefully there was enough that they paid out like top 16 or something like that. But yeah, come on, mana traders. I'm running out of things to talk about. Chat, save me, chat. You guys have to save me. What is up? Okay, come on, mana traders. It says less than a minute. We're at 56%. I guess we could look at some of the new features of mana traders while we're waiting on this. So we'll go to the deck builder here. Import. We'll go back and import the Merfolk deck. And this is one of the cool new features I like about the deck, or about the mana traders. Their visual view. You can actually pull it up. Like, this is one of the things I was talking about with Arena last night, that you just couldn't pull up a way to do like an actual screenshot. I kind of wish that like there wasn't this break between spells and creatures. I get that they do the lands, you know, all the way down. Bam, here's your lands, and then the spells and creatures. But I wish that there was a that it would put it all on one page. Like, I think most people that like this type of view like the fact that they can see it in just one fell swoop. So mana traders, if you do hear this, like, if there's a way you could like make this layout so that like it would pull these and put them up here. I don't know. Can't stack separate creatures either. I don't guess. Like, I mean, cutting this gap out here, allowing the stack to go like 8 deep, would save a lot of room right here, and that would pull up these spells. But yeah, allowing it to use 2 play sets in the first stack, and then you could put spells just below that, and that would probably make that smoother. I don't know if that would work or not. Sideboard goes 15 deep, so, and the lands will go as deep as lands go. So I don't think that they would have a problem making creatures go 8 deep. But then it would be 2 play sets, or broken play sets. So yeah. Come on, mana traders, let's get our cards. We need cards. Where's our rents? Oh, dear bot. Dear bot, bring me my cards. Anyone else go to, or do good in F&M last night? I miss F&M so bad. Like, Paper Magic was just, it's my way to get in contact with people, you know? And I love that about sitting in front of people and playing Paper Magic. But Lamp, should I just talk to you while I'm waiting on mana traders? I should have pulled this stuff earlier. I should have pulled it like 30-40 minutes before stream. Yep. There we go. Aye, aye, aye. We'll get there. We will get there. What deck should we run against the Challenger? Should we run like make the Challenger play against Merfolk? Okay, well, I kind of want to play this against the Challenger. Bam, just do that. Should we do that? I think so. We're going to export. $65%. We're getting somewhere. It's moving. It means the bots are working on it. I do like the fact that it will gather them all, and you'll have one bot bring you everything. I don't know, like, I don't know how far into the early days it was, but I know when I first started using manatraders, like, they would say, hey, your cards are on bot 1, bot 2, and bot 5, and you would have to go pick up your, or bot 1, 2, and 4 or something like that. But you'd have to go pick up your cards from all the different bots, and that was a little bit, like, I actually prefer the waiting over having to wait for a bot to be, you know, open for trade, then trade with that bot before I can get like one card. So I actually like what they did, and having the bots collect your entire package. I like to think of it as, you know, people in the, you go up to your LGS and you say, hey, look, I need all of these cards. And the dude runs in the back and he's going through boxes and he's pulling cards and stuff like that. And I mean, that's kind of what the bots are doing, so I kind of like that. I can clear my wish list now. And then I will go ahead and get my wish list set up for our challenger. This is always a fun deck. I love this deck. This deck was originally built for Val, and she actually had a lot of fun running it. The Gear Hulks are always been a lot of fun. Should I just crank the music? This way you guys don't have to listen to me. You know what? While I'm waiting, watch, as soon as I get into a game, alright, we're going to play Pia's Revolution while we wait. Why not, right? Watch, I'm going to get into this game with manatraders. Like, got your cards. Sweet, we're going to keep it. We have a red source, that's all I worry about. What's up, Jeff? Dave C. Yeah, I know, I just cranked the music for a minute. I can turn it back down. We're waiting on manatraders, and even I was getting bored, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, the viewers have got to be getting bored. Well, let's do some ping damage. Alright, pass the turn. Unclaimed territory, is this Merfolk? Pirates, okay, it's pirates. Well, I don't have a lot of kill spells, so this is all going to happen. Ooh. I'm just gonna do a little bit more damage here. I'm not planning to sacrifice anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and get more chip damage in, and we'll try to do the sacrifices after the fact. Not even gonna put the metallic mimic down yet. So next turn will be Mountain Pia's Revolution, and we're just gonna have to take our beats for a couple turns here. But I think we might be able to put enough damage on him. Deadeye Tracker, that will be dangerous. That will be very dangerous. And he's got enough mana to pay for this. Well, okay. I'm gonna take our beats. How's life treating me? Life's treating me good. Life is actually treating me really well right now. We're gonna do Easter dinner with my brothers and my mom and you know, family. That's That's more than I've had in quite a few years. Being disconnected from family, being over like across the country, and then before that, I lived in other states. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I stayed in near base for a while, and then it's just been years since I've lived near family, and it's a little chaotic. I'm not going to lie. Being near family is just that. You are near family, but it's still been good. I have thoroughly enjoyed living near family. Oh my goodness. Well, I will draw another card here, and those menace creatures are going to be hard to stop. Construct. I'm just going to try to draw a card. We're going to see what we get. I wonder if he gives it back. He's probably like, yeah, I'll just take 3 damage. I'm going to kill him like next turn, and he probably will. He's stuck on 3 mana, and we have like these should all be artifacts. Oh wow, they give it back. Okay. So we shoot that. I think he takes some damage here. He may give it back. He took the damage. And we get to kill the token creator, which is decent. Scrap trawler off the top would be great. Definitely need a scrap trawler here. So we just take 4. Okay. Any of our constructs off the top would probably be really good. Even a charter course. Is he gonna make that land drop? Foundry Chief Inspector would be good. What is up with our calls? 88%. Said we'll be ready in 1 minute. Maybe things are slow right now. Is there a tournament going on that I don't know about? It is Easter. There's probably a lot of people home for the weekend. Dire Fleet for no value. First strike though. First strike is value. Hey, we gain a life. So, sack this, get Walking Ballista, shoot that. Or do I just... Nah, we'll do that next turn. We're going to see what happens here. Yeah, I'm going to yield to the PSI. That's always on him. We'll see what decision he wants to make. He gave it back. We'll draw a card. He'll take a damage. Bowmaker. Swing with Bowmat Courier. See if we can get a better card in hand. Depends on how he blocks, if he blocks at all. First strike block. Right. Alright, so I'm going to take 1 life here, sacrifice Bowmat. We'll see if he gives it back. He may or may not. He gave it back. Found your Chief Inspector. That's not bad. So we will play Bowmat again. So Scrap Trawler off the top would be ridiculous. Maybe not. I do have to be careful about just how much damage he throws at me here. Yeah. So, right, what do you guys think of the Magic Arena? I ended up playing that last night because I was still waiting on decks for the Patreon games. And, like, Arena was a lot of fun. I think that right now everything's just way too limited. So, like as far as the ability to gather cards, it's just extremely limited. So, I am interested in I'll block with Bowmat. Yeah, I'll take 4, go to 6. But yeah, you don't play MTGO at all? Wow. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, Zax. It's like there's a tournament or something. I mean, the Patreon games always has a slow turnout, and it's not either any of my normal times. Being in a new time zone, I'm definitely going to have to reevaluate when I'm streaming and stuff, and I hope that doesn't like affect too many people, but there are going to be a few changes that I have to make, and that's just kind of, those are just going to be necessary. So, tis what it is. Come on, Scrap Trawler. Scrap Trawler. Please, Scrap Trawler. He doesn't have a black mana to activate this, so I mean, so far this has not been an issue. Another tracker. Okay. So we're back to 7. We hit a black source. Well, we'll see what he does here. Got here late. How's it going? We're still waiting on some cards to be delivered from manatraders, so I pulled up the Pia's Revolution deck, and we're just going to play that for a moment. Can I survive? Maybe. We take 4. Oh, goodness. If we survive here, he's dead. We just need to make it through this one turn. Oh my goodness. Can I live through the turn is the problem. Okay, so We'll see. Ooh, he got a black source. No. Okay, well. We take 4. Foundry Chief. Or Scrap Trawler just blocks. And he's gonna eat he's gonna eat Bowmat. Oh, he's gonna eat Bowmat and Walking Ballista. That's right, it's 2 cards. Alright. That's fine, opponent. That is fine. We'll see how he attacks. We'll go to blocks. And we'll block like this. We take 2. And now he has to decide if he wants to take the 3 and go to 6, or is he going to go ahead and sacrifice this, pop my land, he's going to go ahead and eat it now. I'm going to grab another red source. So he gave me a way to sacrifice my implement and draw a card here. That's pretty cool. Right, if... See, even people in chats like, yeah, manatraders is actually really good. Manatraders is like the way to play online. I mean, how much do we spend in Magic anyway, right? Like, when you can just pay flat rate and have, like, everything in Magic, then, you know, that's... Ooh, I wonder if he chooses the wrong way. No, he did! He had already exiled it. He could have said I could have it back. He punted there. This deck's all about allowing your opponents to make the worst decisions. So, like, that's like, Pia's Revolution is like, it's one of those things, like, oh, you don't want to let your opponents make decisions. Well, this lets them make bad decisions. He scooped because of that. He scooped. He scooped. Okay, well, he's a pirate deck. I've got Fling. I'm going to take out Makeshift Munitions. And... Metal Spinner, Puzzle Knot, and I guess Cogworker. Puzzle Knot. Yeah, we're going to go that route. And I'm just going to bring in the License Disintegration. Opponent punt count 1. If you know how to talk when you play this deck, and when I say that, I mean it's like you have to look at your opponent and you have to go, okay, like when they go to kill something or make that move that he just made, you would have to look at your opponent and you would have to say, all right, trigger on the stack, then I'm gonna place this one on the stack and this one on the stack. This trigger is resolving. Would you like to respond? And when they go to respond, you go, okay. And then you still have to go down. Even though they've removed the target, you would have to look at your opponent and say, resolve the Pia's Revolution trigger, and you just be dead cold when you look at them and resolve this. So, Pia's Revolution, do you take 3 or do I put this back into my hand? Or let them read it so they make their own decision? So, Mr. Triggs, how goes it, sir? One of the people I was actually so happy that would show up I was actually really happy if you showed up today. I played Fuzzy's deck the other day for the Patreon games, and I didn't get a really good showing of it, sir. So I thought that I would run it again today because we did have an open slot, and then as soon as manatraders brings us our cards, we're going to actually be playing James's Merfolk. Then we're going to play the slightly updated version. I tried to update that deck the other day, and I just didn't feel good about it, so I'm going to play it some more today. And then the last deck we have is a request deck for Metalwork Colossus, so I'm going to be trying that, and while we're waiting on manatraders here. What? There was an error with the rent? You have got to be kidding me. Alright. Where is Merfolk? Just bring me Merfolk, man. Just bring me Merfolk, manatraders. I'm going to keep this deck. Or this hand. We have unlicensed disintegration with Fling. We've got, you know, some parts to our synergy. Like, we've got some constructs. So yeah, we're just gonna get started here. And then that happened. And that did happen. No one drop, but I'm okay. Like, we'll survive. Sure. I assume he takes the kill spell. Kite Sail Freebooter. I mean, he may actually just take Pia's Revolution, but that's not going to do a lot for him. The Budget Brawl deck tag. Brawl. Brawl's going to be a cool new format. What do you think? You guys think about Brawl? Like, have any of you looked into the Brawl format? Yo, J-Dubs, what's up, fella? You gonna have your deck ready? We'll play here shortly. I'm waiting on some cards to be able to play. He took Pia's Revolution. Uh-oh. We're gonna get the Merfolk going. I just grabbed the whole deck. And we're just gonna say done. Got some cards for still at your LGS, so you're trying to build something with it. So you're doing the Stream Challenger. Like, you got these cards online, or do you rent J-Dubs? Just curious. I mean, like, I can't come to your house and play with cards you got from your LGS. Oh, okay. Alright, cool. So as soon as you get something built in paper, you're like, alright, we're going to do this. Well, that'll work. We're good. We are good. Just let me know when you're ready, sir. It'll be a little bit before I'm exactly ready. I want to run these other decks now that we have at least a Merfolk list. We can jump into that, and then while we're playing Merfolk, I can request the next list, and we'll actually get to moving from there. I'm gonna finish this game out really quick. If he beats me, I'll just scoop. Pirates may do it. I mean, this Walking Ballista right here might just be like a saving grace for us right now. I mean, him taking my unlicensed disintegration is kind of annoying. Lookouts Dispersal. Alright, well, that's slightly annoying. That is slightly annoying. He's got 3 cards left. Kite Cell Freebooter. He's gonna grab that fling. Grab that fling. Man. How do we work our way through these kite cells? Land off the top would be nice. No land. You have another counter opponent. Well, all we can do here is pass, so can't swing into that kite cell. At least he's not putting a ton of pressure down. And we will be eventually. And he's got a lot of land. That was us last game. Like, I would rather have land and be able to cast spells, though. Oh, man. You're going to give me a colored land? Alright, where's my red source? We need more red than we need anything else. He doesn't want me to start gaining life. Or maybe he actually needed some lands. You're going to be aggressive, opponent. You get aggressive, I get aggressive. Okay, it's like, which one is he willing to let me have back? Okay, that makes sense. That's also nice. So I'm going to try to attack right here. And, I mean, if he puts Kite Cell in front of it, that's fine. If he doesn't, then it's also fine. If he doesn't have many answers here, then we're just going to start turning our 3/2 sideways and go that direction with this. We don't have to be a Pia's Revolution deck, and that's kind of one of my favorite parts of this deck is, as always, when there's some janky combo to a deck, you want to make sure that your janky combo can win without the jank, right? It goes down as the DM. Oh wait, you're answering Jan. Sad face. What? I gotta go back and read some stuff. What's the sad face for? No sad face. You played against an exact copy, 1-for-1 copy against it in your play group, and it just gets ran on. That might be true, but I mean, I have seen Alright, so we attack. I'm good with this. Right. All right. Yeah. We're gonna see what we can do here then. See if we can draw some cards. We're just gonna hit done. Cast this bad boy for free. Shoot him. Shoot him. Play this for one. because that's how much that cost. Fling this guy. Oh no! I flung at my own guy. I didn't fling it at the opponent. Oh man, that's horrible. I might have to wait another turn to kill him now. What a punt. What a punt. Oh, he dived down his own dude. He thought I was flinging at his dude. Alright, that's fine. I'll wait. I will wait. I gotta win with the fling. I wanted to, and then I messed it up. Like, the fling was gonna be the card that let us continue to go off, and it did. It gave us all of our parts back. So was he taking? Scrap trawler? Sure. Play scrap trawler? So the way Pia's Revolution works, if he plays the scrap trawler and I somehow get my Pia's, I can kill this and I can get my Pia's Revolution back, what's going to happen is it'll actually trigger for him to put it back in my hand because it'll be going to my graveyard. It's pretty cool. So if I can't get back this Pia's Revolution, then scrap trawler will trigger for me. Ooh, another red source. Alright. What do we do here? I'm just gonna draw a card. We're gonna see what happens. No, it's free. My bad. My bad. I think I'm just going to pass turn here. Like, I actually have to fight the opponent right now because I didn't point the 3 damage at him. So I'm just going to pass the turn, and we're going to fight the opponent. Basically, I'm going to Walking Ballista this Kitesail Freebooter. I mean, he has to draw a pretty good card to be able to fight back here. Yeah, I'll do this all at end of turn. No point in doing it right now. I mean, 1 damage, I'm not worried about that. Do you put down another blocker, opponent? You're going to Chart a Course. Okay. Chart a Course is good. Drawing 2 cards. That gives him some options. What's up, Justin? How you doing? Nelson Lou? Is that right? Lou? Anybody else see the big jump in price for Noble Hierarch? I did not. What happened with Noble Hierarch? Okay, so I'm going to put a counter on Walking Ballista. He's going to, what, destroy this now? Okay. I want more red. More red. No, this is not the Metalwork. I was waiting for some cards to come through from manatraders, so I jumped into a game, and you know, I just enjoy Pia's Revolution so much that I figured I would just play it out. I mean, we're playing against a pirate deck. That's kind of cool. Oh man, we just killed him. Oh, he's so dead. Like, just play it for free. You're dead, dude. I mean, should I shoot everything he has first? Just machine gun this thing. I don't think he can stop it. He couldn't stop it. Like, I was just gonna machine gun the whole board just to have some fun. All right, we do get the Merfolk deck here, and this is James C. You still here? Who's the owner of this deck? What's his name? What is his name? So I know whose deck this is. It's a Deep Root Waters, Seafloor Oracle, Kamina, you know, Deep Root Elite, like just all the good stuff. So, right, good game opponent. Hey, I love that Pia's Revolution deck, guys. I really do. That deck's so much fun. Hey, I've done good things in Friday Night Magic with it. At certain times, it's one of those decks where you're like, when is the format just right? That, and it's like, how well can the people at Friday Night Magic play? Where you want to test how you speak and not allow certain things to go through because you don't want to speak the wrong way. Play a Pia's Revolution deck. You have to let your opponent make mistakes, and you have to let them make choices, and you don't want to speak in ways that you'll give your opponent you know, the right answer to a choice that they're going to have to make. Absolutely. Don't forget to hit that smash button or that like button. Don't forget. Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna try it. We're gonna try to just run out this deep root. Maybe Silvergill would have been the better option here. Okay, well, that happened. JG Harris countered our Deep Root Elite. I was trying to go for right, hit that smash button. If you want that smash button though, hit that sponsor button, and you'll have those smash icons. You'll have all the other sideboard MTG emojis. Alright, well, I'm going for as much value as I can get then. I figure his main board probably has disallows to stop this, and if I can get this down while he only has 2 mana, I can probably like keep it resolved. He does have white though, so he can probably cast it out or something, but if he waits a turn, then I'm going to have me some Merfolk. Although, this is really good to help fight back against board wipes and things of that nature, so. Ooh, what is this, a search for Azcanta? Riverwise Augur would fit in Merfolk. Yes, I know. I'm annoying. Commit? Whatever, fella. Whatever. I guess we're just gonna have to pray we draw more later. I mean, at least we have it. He basically just killed 2 Merfolk tokens. Don't know if Hexproof's gonna save us against the Settle the Wreckage though. Hot that smash button, he will fling himself. I don't think I'm going to get better use for this. if he's trying to fatal push, he might not actually have the he might not actually have an answer here. So if we can start going wide, we might actually get in some damage. Jeebus. Jeebus. He does run negate. Okay. That's why I wanted to put it back on top, so he could negate it later. Come on, man. Let's draw some cards. Let's draw some cards. You got me. Got me, opponent. He knows what I'm playing now. Yep, cat is out of the bag. Who would put a cat in the bag? I just grabbed another island there. I'll still have 3 and in the unclaimed territory, so I've got plenty of them. Called Wizard. Won't be long and we'll be calling wizards. This Merfolk deck seems to... it looks like Esper. I mean, he's got Fatal Push, Negate, Essence Scatter, Duress main board. I mean, the Esper mana base is great, and he's running the fixing here in Energy, so he might even have like Glint Sleeves at some point. He's out of cards though, 0 cards in hand. That I feel good about that. So I mean, he does need to top deck answers here. Alright, well, we're just gonna keep pressuring the life total and go from here. Right, it looks like a control deck with this sideboard main board. There's a reason those cards are put in the sideboards. Did he just draw approach? He did that. He's going to gain a ton of life here. I don't actually have to flood the board. A land, really? I'm going to play the Merfolk Mistbinder because if he's got a Fumigate, he has to cast it now. This will put lethal on him next turn. So I don't actually have to add like my last 2 creatures to the battlefield to make sure that he has to have the Settle or the Fumigate right here. I am worried that he's an approach deck though. Black Masterminds. He's a Masterminds deck. Oh, okay. Right, why would you give an aggro deck a full grip of 7? So do we like thin our deck of all remaining? So he's got Settle, right? Is that what we're playing around here, is Settle? Okay, well, I'm going to Seafloor Oracle just in case he doesn't have Settle, and then I'm going to like swing around Settle. So I'm going to swing with everything but the Mistbinder. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that will be lethal. He does have to have the settle here. And then if he does have settle, second main phase, after we pull all the lands out of our deck, we're going to Merfolk Branchwalker. We're going to say okay. Again, he is just going back to full life, so leave that on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Because we have to be able to hit 20, because when we play the Merfolk Mistbinder next turn, he's going to get gain 3 life, and we can swing for 20 next turn just using these guys without our 2 lords. So there's no point in playing the Comena Speaker this turn. Right. Well, that's kind of one of the things, like on the Fumigate, like Patrick Chapin, why do you make me say Fumigate? Really? All right, but that's kind of the Fumigate is one of the things that was kind of playing around. He may just have another settle, and that might be enough here. Now I do have to swing, and we can't go for lethal. He'll be back to 20. We can't put enough damage on him. Ooh, he's got himself a scatter. That means we probably get to do some damage here. I mean, the only thing I'd be worried about right now would be farm. Right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm just going to yield to that right now. He wants to draw a card. I'll take all the things. Okay, and since there's no lands in the deck, man, we are just cruising on this. Okay, I want to save these guys. I want to put them down like when it's time. He's at 10. I'm just gonna pass. So I mean, we just got a full grip right there, and if we happen to hit again, we're gonna get another full grip. Right, be careful, don't deck myself. Hey man, no spells. Oops, all creatures. We're 10 cards deeper in our deck than he is. I mean, when his answer was, "Hey, I'm going to memory," that's he's about to memory again. He's gonna do it again. Sure, dude. Ah, he gets Comena. We have 11 damage on board. All right, so 11 damage on board and a blossoming defense in hand. Alright, sideboard time. Okay. This just seems like it'd be good here. Deeper Waters is good, but I mean, he was just so full of. I don't know. I'm gonna take Shapers, although I expect him to have a bunch of board wipe, but you know, I can always play around board wipe. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of 4 cards here. Since I'm going Shapers, I'm actually going to remove the Blossoming Defense and the Unsummons. I know Unsummon kind of works as a protection spell for us, but I'm just going to pull Unsummon and Blossoming Defense out. This is fine. I'll take this. I mean, it's a Deeper Waters hand. I'll keep it. I mean, he has to have the Deep Root Elite, so we can go that route. I'm probably going to play the Deep Root Elite after I've played Deep Root Waters. Man, that's horrible. Turn 1 Authority. You have to get so big to fight that. Don't have a 1-drop, so let's just play our green source and pass. I mean, if he ends up with 2 of those, then I actually may have to, like, rethink the Deep Root Waters plan. Although he couldn't play a second one right now anyway. We're going to call Merfolk. And I'm going to play the Silvergill Adept. And we're going to reveal Seafloor Oracle. So he'll gain of life, of course. And we'll get that 3rd land. Alright. My deck hates me this game. The deck's fine. There's a Mardu aggro list at your LGS that mainboards Authority. The deck is tough to beat since your blockers have to come in tap. Well, there is a gnat in here. I hate. I got him. I did catch him. That's the thing. Living in the desert, there's never like mosquitoes or gnats or anything like that. Let's go ahead and do 2 damage. And we'll try to get out this Deep Root Waters. With Deep Root Waters, even though he does, you know, Authority, going to produce so many creatures that he's going to have to continuously wipe the board, continuously. Oh, wow. Senior Tezo Red. He has Fatal Push. I have to hit Tezzeret. And I can hit him for 3. He'll go back up to 4. Or I can hit him down to 4. He'll go back up to 5. But I won't be advancing the board much this turn if I play the other deep one. think I'm going to play Deep Root Elite. And at least this will allow me to start growing the smaller creatures if he can't answer this. And if he's wanting to protect Tezzeret, then he'll have to do that here. Tezzeret's going to buy him a lot of time, though. Branchwalker could hit me a land, and I actually expect to play Branchwalker next turn. So that's why I went ahead and went with the Deep Root this turn, is because next turn when I play the Branchwalker, if the Deep Root is alive, we're going to have multiple attackers, and that would allow me to have enough attacking damage next turn. It was the only line that I could find that could pump out at least 4 damage next turn. I mean, yes, I could have played the Merfolk Mistbinder. Okay. So, wow. Oh, wow. Holy cow, that just happened. Dovin Bond. Alright, so this deals with Tezzeret. And then we'll look for our 5th land, I guess. There's the 5th land. And now he's going to have some major answers for Dovin Bond. I think the Vampires deck's better than the Merfolk deck. Oh my goodness, James. Whatever you do, don't put that guy on Vampires. Oh. He will crush you. Just not activate Dovin Bond last turn? I'm going to send 2 at Dovin Bond. I kind of expect that I'm getting settled here anyway. But if I'm not, then we're going to start trying to turn this around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have played this pre-combat. I don't want to get settled, or I don't want to get fumigated. Like, I am so expecting fumigate right here. I think I'm going to go with Seafloor Oracle, and we'll just hold up Seafloor Oracle. I should have left up the green land so that I could have bluffed the Blossoming Defense, but I'm going to go with Seafloor Oracle here because it threatens so much draw that the opponent can't, like, yeah, he has to answer it. There we go. That's kind of what I expected. I revealed that card earlier so he knew that I had it. So, right, hexproof on those tokens is really relevant. The lifelink on the vampire ones is relevant too, though. So, what are we going to make huge? Sure. Alright. I think I passed this turn. Yeah, we'll pass. Or do we just... I mean, how many can he block? He can eat one. I'm okay with that. So at this point, I just want to cast don't cast non-creature spells, and we should. Sure, dude. He's got one card left. Alright, so we're going to start making Kamina big then. Come on, Kamina. Grow. I'm going to tap my Mistbinder here. And I'm going to try to draw a bunch of cards. I'm going to swing with Kamina because I have more Kaminas. Or I have another Kamina, so I'm okay with that. And the point here is to just try to draw cards with C4 Oracle. This is so good, isn't it? C4 Oracle is just amazing. Well, I didn't get a whole lot I can play with this turn, so we'll pass. You can never have enough card draw, right? Rarely do I find a deck. This game was going very Merfolk, James. What's the owner of this deck's name, James? Anyway, like we worked on this this deck in coffee time, and I've got to run Merfolk. I'm probably going to run it Monday. I've got to run Merfolk. Is it Linden? Okay, Linden. I've got to run Merfolk Monday, and I probably won't make many changes to this deck. I like the unsummons. I like the Deep Root Waters. Although, I mean, even Deep Root Waters beat Fumigates and Settle the Wreckages and Nezahal, and I don't know. That deck was weird that we just fought against, but Deep Root Waters was definitely a champion right there. So, like, it would be hard to say, you know, to take them out, but I definitely think I would want to take one of them out. Seafloor Oracle was so good. This card draw is ridiculous. And we've seen just how it was able to completely crush the competition there. But personally, there's a couple cards I think that I wanna break out of this before I actually play it, and I think I'm playing it Bant. Like I think that I want to play Bant Merfolk. What's up, Chris? How you doing? You did make some changes after coffee time. Understood. Mistcloak Herald. I didn't get a chance to actually like play around with Mistcloak Herald a lot. Kamina's Speaker was okay. Having 8 1-drops, you know, I almost, like, I didn't have a 1-drop in that second game, so 50% of the time there I had 1-drops. It's such a small vacuum, right? But overall, I really like the deck. And I mean, it's clearly been tuned a lot, and it's a really good deck. And I like the fact that you can play a lot of Merfolk really cheap. But again, I think we can shave 1 Deep Root Waters. The Seafloor Oracle was terrific. I'm not 100% sure if I'd want to shave one of those. But for right now, I would just shave a Deep Root Waters for either another Blossoming Defense or for another Unsummon. Now, I'm sure with 21 lands, there's games where, you know, you're like, I just don't have enough land. But in both of those games, man, it was good. Well, Mistcloak Herald would be really annoying if you got your Deep Root Elite out and got that action going. Water Trap Weaver. What? Water Trap. Let's look at some of these. Water Trap Weaver. Enters the battlefield. Tap target creature and opponent controls. See, if it was whenever Water Trap or another Merfolk enters the battlefield, that would be broken. But I don't think I want Water Trap Weaver here. Definitely not for, like, I wouldn't take a Seafloor Oracle out for it, and I sure wouldn't take another Deep Root out for this 3-drop. Like, I get that Deep Root doesn't answer the board enough or a lot when it comes in, but the following turns it adds so much to the board that it makes up for it. So I do really like Deep Root Waters. And yeah, you wouldn't want to play it a lot like on curve against an aggressive deck, but I mean, we've seen how it was able to actually push beyond Authority of the Consul. So that was like annoying that he had Authority, but like we just kept pushing, and he just couldn't do enough about like the sheer number of creatures we were putting down. So either way, it can be a good tempo card against aggressive decks. Okay. You're talking about just like, okay, well, I'm going to tap down your Hazard for 2 turns. They should have gave it Flash. Like, Flash would have been really good, because then you would have been able to flash it in on their combat step, and then, like, so it wouldn't attack that turn, and you would get to make it a whole nother turn. So, like, that would be cool. But yeah. Yeah, they should have gave it Flash. It would have been a playable card then. Oh, really? I mean, everyone says this is the card that is broken, but I don't actually think so. I think this is the card that's broken. So there's another card other than Deep Root Waters that you could play, and I actually think it's a good card. I would want to maybe make a trim for Jungleborn Pioneer. So Jungleborn Pioneer just adds so much to the board so fast. I mean, you're paying 3 mana for a 2-for-1. So Jungleborn Pioneer is like, that's where I would want to be, and I could see actually playing it over Deep Root Waters. In the long run, yeah, Deep Root Waters is going to give you a lot more, but if you're on that aggressive roll, the Jungleborn Pioneer is great. I can see running the 3 Kumenas. I don't think that Kumena is like the make or break for these Merfolk decks, and I honestly think that when you're trying to do so much work to get to Kumena's abilities in that go wide strategy, yeah, you don't need Mimic with the Elite. Although Mimic would work really well. I would cut down to 7 1-drops. I would be okay with 7 1-drops. And I mean, if you really wanted that 1-drop, you could go the 8 1-drops and just go back down to 2 unsummons or Blossoming Defense. The land base seemed fine. I've got, you know, no qualms about the land base. It's kind of split middle, and that's fine. I mean, you're only 2 colors. You're not got anything crazy going on. So 21 lands. There's no real point, and we're in trying to see if you could get some other kind of special lands in. I also think when Dominaria releases and we get the green-blue check land, that is going to smooth this land base out a ton, and that's going to allow for a lot more interaction. If I did take Bant with the deck, I think that I would definitely stay in the Deep Root Waters, or I mean, I would remove the Deep Root Waters and go for the Jungleborn Pioneer. and Deep Root Waters plus one other card would become Radiant Destiny. I think the one problem with the Merfolk list is there's not enough anthems. So if it wasn't Radiant Destiny, and if I didn't go Bant, I would probably try to squeeze in some other anthem effect. In the sideboard here, we had the Nissa, and honestly, I think this Nissa is, even though it's a really cool card, and that's kind of what you want, I would cut one of those Nissas, and like Immortal Sun just has to be in this deck. I just don't see any reason to run Nissa when you could be running like Immortal Sun or Vanquisher's Banner or something like that. Nissa's good, but this is just better. And you know, when it's not competing against Nissa, then it makes more sense to just have a copy of the Immortal Sun. So I really like Immortal Sun here. Vanquisher's Banner would be good. I would highly consider Vanquisher's Banner, but if I did consider Vanquisher's Banner, I would actually consider it for the main board. And because of it being Vanquisher's Banner, I would also want to trim back the Deep Root Waters again, as you know, that would go against the Vanquisher's Banner plan. Now, I do think that, no, I actually love Nissa. I just don't think that it's that great of a card. The card's a cool card and everything, but there's more powerful things you can be doing. And if your answer to why you want Nissa is because you want to scry to, yeah, I didn't pull a banner in. But if you wanted to run banners for more anthems, you could. But I really think the Immortal Sun needs to be in this deck. So if your answer is, hey, I like Nissa because I want to scry to, or it'll give me an extra card from time to time to go more wide faster. Immortal Sun's going to let you draw 2 cards per turn. Your spells are going to cost 1 less to cast. Your opponent's Chandras can't kill your dudes anymore. And you get an Anthem. Yeah, it's 6 mana, but the other answer, the argument that everyone says about Nissa is, you just wait till you have 8 mana and just ultimate her and swing for 10 in the air. Bam, it's done. She works very well in a big creature deck. Do you mean like big creature or heavy on creature deck? Because this is not a big creature deck. Like, I liked her better in your dinosaurs deck than I did in the Merfolk deck, for sure. Although I didn't get to play her, but I see that her 0 ability could be good, because I mean, you get her to 3 mana or 3 toughness or loyalty, and then you're just like ticking up, bam, 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 you know, and you're just adding to the board. So yeah, I'm not like, I wouldn't cut her out completely, but against a control deck, I actually think that Immortal Sun, you know, you're going to want that in the deck. Yeah, you mean, I get what you meant about dinos. I liked her in that, and I also like Samet. So in that deck where you had ramp, you're so much more likely to actually get to 8 mana, and then you just like, you know, ultimate Nissa the moment you play her. But so Tempest Caller was actually a card I wanted to put in the deck, and the other one was Hoss. Shout out to Dev there from SBMTG for Hoss. But yeah, I wanted Hoss in the deck. Herald of Secret Streams or something like that. Herald. I spell Herald wrong. Oh, my spelling's horrible. I've gotten so used to autocorrect. Alright, so where is our... Has flying? We don't want that. Deep Root Champion, whenever you cast a non-creature spell and you get a +1/+1 counter, we don't want that. Where is the Herald? Kapala is actually really good in the sideboard as well. This hoses Crixus. Abilities your opponent activate. Like this is really good. So like if you're needing to hold down, you know, against Crixus, Kapala is awesome. They have to actually worry about killing the Kapala before they can do anything else. Tishana's Wayfinder is not horrible, but I would rather have the I'd rather have the Jungleborn Pioneer than Tishana's Wayfinder. Shapers of Nature, that's okay, but I don't think you want Shapers of Nature here. It's a good late game mana sink. And then, where's Herald? Herald of Secret Streams. Creatures with +1 counters on them can't be blocked. Yeah, if you're going the Deep Root plan, you can run that. Tempest Scholar is kind of cool. When it enters the battlefield, tap all creatures an opponent controls. I would love to have copies of this in the sideboard against some kind of like against like vampires or something. Like if you had vampires, you could just bam, you know. Kapala is good versus Ballista, even in Modern. Wow, I didn't even think of that. I didn't think, like, man, that just really makes Ballista expensive to use, right? Hose Tron a little bit. Tempest Scholar could probably fit in the sideboard, but so could Nissa. Like, I'm not going to take the Nissa out of the sideboard, just because I think Nissa is good in this deck, and it will help you, you know, keep cruising on through. But I think instead of 2 Nissas, that Immortal Sun, and I would bring these both in the same game. I just don't think you're going to get both. So. Work great with Metallic Mimic. So honestly, Deep Root Elite and Deep Root Waters and Metallic Mimic are all awesome. Like, they all work so well together. So I mean, whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, Deep Root Merfolk, just do Arcane Adaptation, Deep Root Waters, just start casting spells. Bam, bam, bam. Everything's Merfolk. Just start making tokens. Right? Would that work? Either way, I'm going to. We're gonna go ahead and pull up Fuzzy's list, and I'm going to play it again. Let's see if we can get this. All right, so we have those. Import, upload deck. And we're going to pull up this list. I think that the Merfolk deck's not bad, but I mean, if you don't want to fight against control all the time with your buddy, with Lyndon, if you don't want to fight against control, then you can, like, my advice is put him on control. But if you don't want to do that route, put him on vampires. Like, the deck's really cheap. It doesn't cost like 30-40 bucks, and you probably already have the basic lands. The most expensive part of the deck's like Legion's Landings, and you know, everything else is like a whole bunch of commons and uncommons. Some Radiant Destinies that you may or may not already have. But the vampires list, that would give you something to fight against a lot. Like, if you're pitting dinos versus vampires, like, it might be better than pitting dinos versus Merfolk, just because of the anthems. But again, if you're just going Sweltering Suns on him, then vampires ain't gonna work. He's gonna need something other than Sweltering. He's gonna need something other than a go wide strategy if you're just, you know, Sweltering Suns all the time. So, and my advice, remember, as you guys, you know, you play each other a lot, and this is for everyone, and when you're playing with your friends and your card pool and stuff like that, yeah, you're going to want to tune your deck for your expected FNM, and, you know, for those FNMs around the country that only have, you know, 8, 9, 10 people, yeah, you're going to be able to really tune for your FNM because you kind of know those players. But anyone else, like, the more you tune for a specific player, the more likely you are to just get run over. So be real careful as you go head-to-head against the same deck so much. Don't actually build your deck to defeat that deck. And that's one of the hardest things to do for people. Is the Patreon games every week or every weekend? Yes, it has been. I do the Patreon games every Saturday, and here in the future, I think that I'm going to have to, like, readjust. Like, I can't stream 7 days a week. I mean, it is fun, but, like, there's certain days where I just have no afternoon whatsoever because like I'll need to go do something and can't do it until, you know, a certain time of the day. So I'm gonna have to cut into the stream somewhere, even in, whether it's the weekend or what. But I'm gonna have to move some things around because basically I have to have a day off to go pay bills and to, you know, do things like that. Like I have to have a day that, you know, go get groceries and stuff. So yeah, you'll post your deck for next Saturday's Patreon game. Perfect. This should be everyone for this month. I think all the Patreons have gotten their decks played this month. So, or all the patrons have gotten their decks played this month. So let's request a return. We'll turn in the Merfolk. Either way, James, this is my advice on the Merfolk. Just trim a little bit. All of these things are really good, but I would trim back a little bit on the deep root. If you decide you want to go Jungleborn Pioneer, you can. If you don't, you know, the version we had right before this. But I do think that Jungleborn Pioneer is really, really good, and it helps a lot with those aggressive matchups. The thing about your particular aggressive matchup is your deck is full of trample, so being able to stick just a +1 or a 1/1 hexproof token in front of your Carnage Tyrant isn't going to do a lot of good. So maybe you need to grab another deck. Let him run this Merfolk against that, or if you don't have the option to. Andrew, thank you so much. Well, thank you, Andrew. I do appreciate that. I didn't figure you guys would get too upset about it, especially that as of right now, my Friday night's going to be kind of on a hinge. If I can make the 40 minute or the hour drive up to the LGS that week, then I'm going to go to F&M, and then if I don't get to F&M, then we're gonna just do something fun on Friday here on the stream. So I mean, I'm going to play Magic on Friday nights. It's just I don't want people to expect that every Friday I'm going to be doing it, because if I can get me a paper F&M, I'm going to paper F&M. Like that, again, you know, Magic is fun, but I like to look on someone's face when I just crush them. You know, give them that big smile, twirl, right? That's right. That's right. It was fun to beat people as a redneck, but now that I'm back in Mississippi, anyone I play is going to be a redneck, so, you know, that's out of the window. Head hang. Oh, you couldn't beat me. Don't even think about it. You're all land. You can't even cast it. You can cast a spell if you had one. Anyway, you travel 45 minutes to an hour to play F&M. Hey, that's where I'm at, man. If I want to get to a game, I'm going to have to travel, you know, all the way to, like, the next town over. Yeah, we don't even have cities here. They're all towns, but. Alright, so they took their cards back. We're going to jump back over to the builder. We're renting these cards, and we're going to go from here. And you know, that's all this is just, it's letting a buddy of yours look at your deck and go, yeah, I don't think I would run this, you know. The one-up I'm doing on that is I'm actually playing a game with it before I just thumb through it and say this is crap or this is good or whatever. You know, I'll actually play it and get a somewhat feel for it, even though it's in a huge vacuum. But the idea is that to give you some non-biased opinion on it. Like, Kamina is not as good as everyone thinks it is. I just don't think Kamina is the make or break. The card is good, and if it does get a chance to run away, then it will run away with the game. But there are tons of games or cards out there that could run away with the game if they could survive. Right now, Kamina can't protect itself against a you know, Vraska's Contempt, and that's one of the biggest kill spells. It also dies to Lightning Strike or Harness Lightning, which is, now Harness Lightning needs a little bit more work to make sure it kills, but yeah. You potted Bosun. Oh hey, I potted Bosun. What? Oh, you potted. Hey, you boosted your health back up, right? Ah, there we go. Yeah, there you go. You potted. Balson. I'm an idiot. Alright. That's right. I said that. Can't read. He potted. He's the stream boss. He gave himself some more health. So if you guys want to take him down, that's up to y'all. Let's 56%. Should be getting there in just a moment. Let's go talk about Fuzzy's deck. And one of the big things we added to the deck was Sweltering Suns to give it a little bit more of an advantage against those decks that just kind of run over it. But Kumena needs to be ran in a Bant build. What would you put in white, Brandon? And welcome back, Brandon. Brandon, one of the new members of our community here, joined us last night, I believe it was. It was recent. It was very recent. All right. Well, I'll say this. If we get hands like I just drew on manatraders, testing some hands, like, I guess I didn't show that to you guys earlier. You can do sample hands here on manatraders. If I draw like that, I'm okay with it. Like, we can get down in a braid, or we can, you know, start on our treasure map. Wish I could draw and see the next card and see what that would have been like. Let's see if we get another. Ooh, that's not good. We'll have to shuffle. We'll have to mulligan that hand. So here we go, treasure map into, oh no, look at the lands, they would all come in tap. Either way, that's one of the features there, manatraders, and you don't have to actually be a paid subscriber to use those features. It's just part of the deck builder. I always, you know, I'm a big advocate for their deck builder. I like it. It's smooth, and you know, if you are a renter, it's right there. Also, if you guys don't want to rent, or maybe it's out of your budget or something like that, if you start building your decks in manatraders builder, and you know, you can actually earn enough credits to get your subscription for free. There's instructions there on how to, you know, help post your decks with a manatraders link, so you'll get credit for that. So if people start signing up and stuff because they've seen a deck that you built, if you're like big into even my Reddit, if you want to post your manatraders links with your medium on my Reddit, I have no problem with that. It's you know, if you know, a couple more people could, you know, maybe sign up through manatraders and get their subscriptions for free, then there's no problem with that. I personally think that you know, the more we could help manatraders and help that aspect grow, it's the more bots they're going to have. It's going to make the service quicker. It's going to make everything better for everyone. So just like Magic and how I would like to help Magic, I like the fact that manatraders lets people like me, like most of you guys, play with every deck, period. I mean, almost every time I've ever been in a paper Magic world, I've had to be part of a card pool because I like to play different decks, and if I didn't want to get locked down to a deck and have to buy every card in it, I needed to pool with other friends. The way I like to think about manatraders, or one aspect of manatraders, is it's like being part of a card pool, but your buddies are never in your colors. What? Hey, you're not playing red-blue, are you? Doesn't matter, I've got all the cards anyway. Right? Like, isn't that great? Like, when you're in a card pool with a bunch of buddies, it's always, oh man, like, oh, he's playing black-white, so I can't play blue-black, you know, because he's got the Varaska's Contempts or something like that. Like, that, manatraders eliminates that. So if you want to play online, or if you want to rent in paper, SideboardMTG 15, get you 15% off your first 4 months. It's pretty cool, I'm telling you. Either way, we've got Trigg's deck here. We looked at it in the last Patreon games a couple days ago. I added a couple cards to it, but we had a really bad showing of the deck. Basically, we just got killed by like turn 4 there, and I I don't think it was a great showing, so I want to jump back into another game, and I'm kind of committed to this deck right now. And I was expecting to have like 5 or 6 decks to play today, so I was going to start early and was just going to do a long stream. So I'm not, now that I don't have 5 or 6 decks, I'm not in a major hurry because I had already allotted the time. I had already taken care of that part. So what we're going to do is, if this is just a horrible showing, like we just get stomped, I'm going to pull out. I'm going to try to get into another game as quick as possible, and we're going to go from there. This seems like if the deck is halfway built right, this should be a perfect hand. Alright, here we go. This should be great. The biggest thing this deck has problems with is aggro decks, decks that can get under it. And I'm hoping that adding Sweltering Suns to it will help. And I know the meta that Mr. Trigg is playing in, it is very aggressive, and there's certain people we just know are playing aggro when they sit down in front of us, because they're just a lot of aggro players there. And Mr. Trigg's here is from my most recent LGS. I'm trying to quit saying local LGS. I never realized how redundant it was until Mr. Andrew there pointed it out. You don't have to say local and LGS. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put the stop at my upkeep now. We don't have a play for turn 3, so I'd rather have card selection here for wow. All right. Man, the Vampires deck had to start out with the Lieutenant. Alright, we'll scry. I'm gonna leave that on top. Seems like a great one to draw. Alright, so this turn, what do we take 2, and he plays a Queen's Commission. Really? He's going to Field of Ruin to take away my blue mana. I guess I just grab the island to guarantee that I have blue. But I don't think it's really going to matter. Alright, so this turn I'm actually just going to draw whatever and play Chupacabra. Or do I just play Wildfire? I mean, if his answer was he needed double black for something, I'm gonna play Wildfire. Wildfire Eternal lives through Sweltering Suns, so if I have to next turn, I'll just wipe the board and then swing with Wildfire, and really, there's no way. Yep, he's gonna grab my Wildfire. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and scribe one. I know I want. That's exactly what I want. I'm alright with this. I'll just pass. As of right now, I'm really wanting him to just add more to the board and let us buy for time. Zealot. Okay. Surprisingly, a few creatures for a vampire. I know, right? Well, like, I don't think he's playing the Queen's Commission version or something. Like, just, it feels... yeah. Like, my arena vampires could beat this deck. This is real standard. Gonti on top. Seems great. Alright, let's go ahead and Chupacabra. We'll see if we can get him to actually spin those cards. And, like, I would like to see him to get down to, like, 2 cards in hand and then drop Bolus and, like, just wipe the rest of the cards out of his hand. But I don't want to, like, play Bolus and then him have the answers for Bolus, so we're going to see if he'll... Wow, alright. Alright, opponent. I knew he was needing the double black, but at least he didn't get to draw a ton of cards out of that. Okay. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make a fatal push. This. I'm gonna swing. We're going to see if he blocks with his 4/4. And if he does, we're going to cast Brass's Bounty. I think it's Brass's Bounty. You know, he's not going to block. Alright, whatever. Alright, so now the idea is to... So if we play Bolus, Bolus goes up a ton. And then he has to, like, start putting... He has to start fighting into Bolus. Okay, I'm just going to Gonti. I think Gonti's the right play here. I'll just leave up a draw card. Well, I'm not going to have a lot of vampires. Cast out seems good. Fatal push seems good. I think I'm going to take the cast out. And that's actually really good because... I mean, I can cast it. We're just gonna pass here, though. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy to have the cast out there. Right, your vampires deck. Right, it feels like the tokens vampire deck has more creatures than this. Like, is he just not pulling the creatures or what? But I think we have the answers here in Gonti and things like that he's just not going to be able to deal with. Was this 4? Alright. I will make the trade, good sir. Now we'll see what he has. Legion's Landing. Martyr of Dusk. Go ahead and draw a card. It's a land. I guess I can take the stop out of my upkeep here. We'll play the land. I'm going to attack. I kind of expect him to trade the Martyr of Dusk. There we go. That gives him 3 cards to swing with next turn. So that made sense that he would block like that. Alright, so we're almost got the opponent down to 2 cards in hand. Once we get, you know, the good safe 2 cards in hand, but I think now we're to the point where we kind of need to, like, fire this off. There's that Queen's Commission. Another Queen's Commission. He did have them. All right. Cast. cast. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, here we go, Bolus. Go to work. Go to work, Bolus. Alright, so each opponent gets rid of the cards in their hand. You get rid of a Sheffet Dunes. Alright, so he was planning on trying to make a big attack against us. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen for him. He came in at 8, and I +1'd him, right? How come he isn't at 9? It's weird. Alright, so he's at 6. Martyr of Dusk. Land. Alright, here we go. We'll see if we can start casting stuff up. Yeah, I'll cast the Radiant Destiny. Sure. What are we calling? Vampires? In case we start getting cards off the top of his deck. Let's do some crazy stuff because we got nothing else to do with our mana. Hey, look, we have treasure. I want to sacrifice one just because I wanted to see if there's something I could do. We've already played a land. Okay. Alright, so now it's time to do the cast out, right? So, as the opponent goes to attack this turn, I'm going to cast out. We're going to get Wildfire Eternal back. When Wildfire Eternal comes back, I'm just going to use him to block something. And we're going to go that route. Or do I cast out the Legion's Landing? I can't let him start getting that value, right? Yeah, I guess I cast out Legion's Landing. Who's this at? Alright, well. Green. 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 4 green mana. Cast out. That's how you're supposed to cast. I'll get the Legion's Landing. I don't want him to have that value. Bolus takes 4. I could have stopped it. I could have killed this. Bolus gains 2. Martyr of Dusk. Sure. Cast that. Our vampires are bigger. Remember, we have Radiant Destiny. Maybe I should have called dragons. Play a land. Sure, we'll exert. Just keep trying to kill everything. And we'll pass. Do I pass? No. I want to draw a card this turn. I want to draw it right now. Wildfire Eternal. I'll wait. Okay. We're in a pretty good spot to protect Bolus here now. Bolus comes in at 7. The card change. Oh, thank you. I did not realize the card itself actually changes. 7 mana, 7. Okay, 7/7. What just happened? He paid 4 mana. And did what? Oh, he sacrificed Sheffet Dunes. trying to hurt Bolus here, fella? What are you trying to do? Are you coming after me, Bolus? Alright, Bolus takes 4. He's at 2. Come on, Bolus. Oh, man, ain't that brutal. He's just gonna scoop it up. He's like, this dude's just playing with my own vampires. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. So, because it's vampires, I don't think Bonus Hunger is very good. I think Yahenni's expertise is going to be great. Sweltering Suns is fine. Like, that's kind of all we want to do in this particular matchup. Is just keep wiping the board. Just set back on our kill spells, wipe the board, let them do their thing. Yeah, we can pull it. We could bring in duress. We could be like, all right, I'm going to pull that away. But we're actually kind of okay with them playing things, so we're just going to be wiping the board as often as possible, and until we get into some of our bigger stuff. Which means that I'm not really worried about Hour of Glory in this particular matchup. There's not like pinpoint creatures I want to kill that are very, very invasive. I doubt he's got a Danto's Vanguard or something, which is something I would actually want to keep Hour of Glory in the deck for. We could bring in the Bantu's Last Reckoning. Like, at this point, this deck is all about, it just wipes the board, or it's kind of controlling. So if this was a control matchup, we'd take the board wipes out, we'd bring in the Duresses, the Lost Legacies, probably keep in the Bonus Hungers. Bonus Hungers would probably stay in against control and against any of the mid-range decks that can't add a lot to the board each turn. But in anything that's going to add more than one creature to the battlefield each turn, you want to take Bonus Hunger out, bring in a couple more board wipes, and kind of go from there. So we are a little bit set onto turn 4 and stuff. So that is something we gotta kind of remember there, that we are playing most of our spells on turn 4. So against like some of the red decks or something like that, you might want to take some of these out. Hostage Taker is not like the greatest card in this matchup. So, I don't know where we should go from there, but I actually do want Liliana in this matchup because it makes 2/2 blockers, and 2/2 blockers are really, really good. So, all right, can we keep this? We gotta push. Sure. Had that landing on turn 1. That's always good. Alright, here we go. It is an instant, and it will exile 1 token. Yeah, Brandon, I actually think you might be a little bit behind on, or maybe I'm behind. Here's my chat. Yeah, as long as you have removal for the Lieutenant, you should have this game. I think Brandon's like way behind on chat, guys. Oh, he got me for 1. Ouch. Getting there. That's slightly punishing. Oh, Lieutenant. I'll take the 1. Land. Uh-oh. We're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. Should be able to pull out of this. The deck's built correct. We should be able to pull out of this. Destiny. He's got his anthems. He's going to be a big boy this time. Land. Land. Oh. Not like this. Not like this. Okay, well. Another Destiny. He did not add to the board. Chupacabras work really well against stuff like that. Oh, that is not a land. Don't think I'm going to get away with the bounty right now. If he goes land, Queen's Commission, we're going to game 3. Or, y'all call it Beast, that's worse. Worse. That's what I actually meant, though. We're way too far behind. Now, if we'd have been hitting land there, it would have been a much different story. I am just going to run it back, though, because like we had all of the cards, so. SD, happy Easter to yourself. I'm behind on the chat. All right. Glorybringer, Chupacabra, we have lands. We have a ton of board wipes. Let's see where we get. I don't like that all of the land, like we don't have enough of the. I'm gonna need one of the blacks available, so I'll start here. We need some cycling lands. Absolutely, tomorrow is Easter. I want to do Subscriber Sunday, of course. Everything comes in tap if we don't play this. I know you like the answer would be hold that, you want to cycle it because you got so many lands, but I don't want to play a turn behind. I'm reading the comments about 2 minutes after you send them. Okay. That could just be me. Just saying. That could just that really could just be, you know, an Eric thing. Alright, we're gonna treasure map. Scry. Pass. Wildfire Eternal? I mean, we can play that next turn, sure. So, I don't need my stop in my upkeep considering I know what I want to draw. Is he stuck on lands now? Wow, alright. I don't have any spells to cast off this Wildfire, but I'll still play the Wildfire. We might actually be the aggressor this game. So last game we were stuck on land, and now this game he missed a land drop. Radiant Destiny. That is okay. I mean, you can swing, I'll just block. And then you can't block. Oh wow. So, I'll put that land on the bottom. I'm just going to hostage taker the martyr. I mean, if we take his martyr and his martyr dies, I mean, I know like letting him block there would have done even more damage, but if his martyr dies, then we get the token. Next turn, we'll be able to play like Chupacabra to kill whatever he plays this turn, plus we can play Martyr. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Legion's Landing. Sure. I'm gonna put that on the bottom. I don't want another. I actually think I'm just going to Glory B here. I don't see a reason to do anything other than Glory B. And we'll just shoot his dude and swing for $500,000. Seems good. I don't think he can come back from this. So many check lands are fine as long as you have a, you know, a cycling land. All right, that was, yeah, Fuzzy's deck ran much smoother, and we played against an aggressive deck, which is exactly what I was hoping to play against. Now the deck will need to be playing like something else in the sideboard against like control and stuff like that. All of these creatures are really good against control. Gonti's really good against control. Even Ravenous Chupacabra, like they don't want to waste a kill spell on just this 2/2 Chupacabra. What? Easter is April Fool's Day? Wow. That is. Well, I'm not doing an April Fool's joke on you guys, but I'm definitely going to be pushing back the stream until later tomorrow evening, as this is going to be my son's first Easter egg hunt. Man, I gotta get some pictures of that. It's going to be great. But Michael, I actually think that Mr. Triggs, if you are still in chat, I know you were here earlier. I think the deck runs a lot better just full of board wipe. This way you just don't die to the aggro, and then your creatures can deal with anything that is too small for your board wipe. And that's kind of where we're set. You know, you've got your Death Touch Gontis, you've got your Chupacabras, you've got your Gear Hulks. We did cut down on your Gear Hulks a little bit. We've got Glory Bringers. These all kill things that are 4 or greater. And then you have your Wildfire Eternals, you know, as part of, you know, that's what you want to get off. Personally, though, this deck could be a lot stronger if you just drop Wildfire and Brass's Bounty and just added more, like, add you 4 creatures and 3 more good kill spells. Like, just fill it up with Abrades. And at that point, you're running your own version of Crixus Control, or Crixus Midrange. Wildfire Eternal would honestly just be better as Glint Sleeve Siphoner if you had them. Just run the Glint Sleeves and stick in the energy. I know, Mr. Triggs, I know how you hate energy, okay? It's time. Come over to the dark side. Let's play with some energy. Get rid of these Wildfire Eternals. Throw in some Glint Sleeve Siphoners. Pick up your Attune with Aether, or not Attunes, but your Aether Hubs, and throw those in the deck. And from there you should be fine. Like, you can cut back 1, 2, 3, and this deck is redder than it is blue. And your land base can easily just be this. And then from there, like, if you really wanted to make this like a fun but truly competitive deck, I would add the extra card draw here. Now, granted, Glint Sleeve Siphoner doesn't work really well with all of the decks that have board wipe, but if you're in a situation where you still have your Glint Sleeve Siphoner, you're probably not worried about wiping the board. Like, your Glint Sleeve Siphoner is going to die. Just saying, like, it's just going to die. I just think that Glint Sleeve is the better card to have in this slot. It's going to give you a little bit extra to do here in the early game, and it's just too powerful to not actually play. Yeah, some of the guys in the chat here are saying, you know, hey, throw in some Rekindling Phoenixes or something like that. I'm going to say that you've got this spot open if you want to play with that. Like, you could actually remove these Brass's Bounties, but I like them. They're fun. They're a ton of fun, and we never cast one off of a Wildfire Eternal, and I don't think that you're going to have many opportunities where you do. Now, also, I don't think that Wildfire Eternal is great in a deck that doesn't have a ton of things for the Wildfire Eternal to cast. So yeah, you can cast Bonus Hunger. Pull from Tomorrow doesn't work right with it. But the Brass's Bounty, I think that you can trim those back, and then from there you're just going to want, you know, a couple more targeted removal. Your Hour of Glory is fine. I like Hour of Glory. It's a great card. But the targeted removal that you're probably going to want is just more Abrade. I'm going to say Abrade. So we're going to add another Abrade to the deck. So there's now 3 in the deck. And then Spray. Now, the fact that we are trimming the deck down a little bit more yet again is we're going to say 2 sprays here, and that's going to bring you back to 60 cards. This means that you may or may not have to use these as often. Spray is going to give you other ways to exile, you know, those small annoying creatures without having to worry about an Hour of Glory on it. Honestly, you could probably even cut down even more for more spray. There's a lot of people running the cats. People are running, you know, creatures that have enter the battlefield triggers and stuff. This is also going to work really well with you're having only 24 mana. Cutting the deck down like this is going to be great. And if you do have these particular cards, and like say you don't have Phoenixes and things like that, as you get Phoenixes, you can put, like, take out 1 or 2 of these Hostage Takers and put Phoenix in there. I do like Hostage Taker though, and I if you want to run it, that's fine. It's just no in certain matchups. You're just asking for a blowout with this Hostage Taker. But I think this is all things that I've kind of said before. But if you have the Glint Sleeve Siphoners, it's the only energy I want to put on you, Mr. Triggs. Just Glint Sleeve, Aether Hub, don't forget your triggers, and set you a die on top of your deck. So before you go to draw, you remember your Glint Sleeve trigger. Or as you're picking it up, go Glint Sleeve, lose 1, spend 2 energy. Right? That's my thing. That's what I do. Like, as I remember for some reason as I'm grabbing the card, and I go Glint Sleeve. Like, as I reach out for it, just Glint Sleeve. Yeah, before I even see it. But technically, if you see it, then you've missed it. So, with the mana curve here, a pair of combustible Gearhulks would be good. Especially with Liliana in the side. I still think that we have an open spot here with getting rid of a Hostage Taker. Like, I just wouldn't want to run that many. I love the main board Bolus though. You know what? I'll go with that. Gearhulk is good. The first strike on it's really relevant. If you wanted to do that, if you wanted to put a combustible Gearhulk in the deck, go for it. No big argument, but you definitely have at least 1 open spot here. Personally, I think that as you get them, I think that spot needs to be Phoenixes. So, like, as you get to the Hostage Takers, get yourself a couple Phoenixes, and then Spell Swindle's cool. And since we have the other board wipes in the main board, that gives us a few more spells here. So I'm gonna say the negates are where I would want to be here. So a couple negates to go along with your duresses, and then, like, you have control on lockdown. As far as card draw goes, or card advantage goes, and it's going to be able to open up yet another spot here. That you could put that one of those Hostage Takers in the side, and you know, like Ronus decks, or, you know, God Pharaoh's Gifts decks and things like that that have an artifact for you to take. Hostage Taker's not bad. I also like how Hostage Taker does work with your deck. Like, if you pick up your own Gonti and then they kill your Hostage Taker, then you get your Gonti back. If you pick up your, you know, Ravenous Chupacabra, the same can be said. You can pick up a Glorybringer to be able to swing twice. You can pick up a Noxious Gearhulk and then replay it. So there's a lot of really cool interactions there. I think Bolus is great, and I think you'll enjoy Bolus. But other than that, yeah, you could go with the Gearhulks if you wanted to go that route. Personally, I think you're going to want to keep the curve as low to the ground as possible. If you do start putting more and more things in the top end of that curve, you're going to want to jump up to 25, 26 lands. So, other than that, that is the deck. J-Dubs, you ready? Are you ready? Because this last deck here, I can play it a little bit later. Mike was just filling a gap for me, so we can play now if you want, or I can go ahead and play the Metalwork Colossus deck. Then you and me can get a game in, whatever you want to do here, sir. But we've only got like 2 games left to play, and I just need to know if I need to pull my deck. You know what? I might be able to do it like this. Let's return the cards that we currently have. Well, thank you, manatraders, for picking up your cards. Right? How good of a card pool is that? They will actually come over to your trade binder, go through, pull out exactly their cards, and then take them back and say, "Hey, you're ready to go. You want some more? Here's a perfectly new sorted trade binder." Best card pool in Magic, guys. I'm telling you, best card pool in Magic. I think here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go wish list. Okay, yeah, this is the right wish list. So we'll go Metalwork combo. Add missing cards. I'll export the wish list, and we'll try to go from there. Save the yeah. Yeah, we want to overwrite that. Go to the builder. I guess I should pull this up for you guys, right? Should we do that? So we'll import a deck, upload a file, choose a file, wishlist this thing, upload. Bam! All 36 cards we needed for the next 2 decks. So we shouldn't have to wait on this much longer. I do know that like when you're pulling for a lot of different decks, like that's probably why we had the problems earlier. I was pulling like 89 cards at one time, and they were just all different cards, different decks, nothing like that kind of plays together, so one bot wouldn't likely have them all. So you kind of got to remember that. Like cards can be spread out. So this looks like shenanigans. Oh, this will be some major shenanigans, Mr. Carr. You wanna look at these shenanigans? So, Metalwork shenanigans. This was a tweak on a deck that I played a long time ago, and I had been asking everyone, for some help, and there was some criteria we kind of wanted, and I had mentioned some things, and one of our patrons, he's like, "I was toying around with it, and here you go." So he's made a few changes to the deck that I was originally running. And I've got a few more changes I want to make to it, and I'm not going to be making those today, and I've already explained that to him. So we're just going to kind of play this through and see if we can hit the combo. And if we hit the combo, we're going to try to draw out every card in our deck, kill our opponent instantly, like without. The goal is to, once we go off, to never say pass the turn, right? Like so, we're gonna see if this works. Either way, we've got some cards to pick up, and we'll get started with it. There we go. Nice. Remember, if you want to play any of these decks, you can. manatraders has got you covered, and if you do sign up with manatraders, save yourself some money. Like, save yourself enough money to go buy pretty lands and things like that. If you're on, on MTGO, because manatraders is not going to give you lands. All right, they'll give you non-basics, but if you want forest and mountains and that stuff, go buy some pretty ones with 15% you save by signing up through the link in the description box. Link in the description box. Just click Show More, and you'll see SideboardMTG15 is the coupon code. When you type that in, 15% off the first 4 months. Like, if you sign up for, let's say you sign up for the huge package, like, you're looking at saving like $60 right there. Bam, done. So, yeah. For the price most of us pay in Magic every month, you could play every deck ever. And let's face it, Magic's not a cheap game. We're all paying a ton to play Magic. There's that meme. You want your kids to not do drugs? Teach them to play Magic. They won't be able to afford drugs. It was a good meme. Um, but yeah, we got this Metalwork Colossus deck. J-Dubs, you are ready? Player 0, that's you, right? Okay, so J-Dubs is ready. I'm gonna kill the music. So we'll do that. Ooh, it got quiet in here. It got quiet. J-Dubs, can you hear me, sir?
Can do. How you doing today?
What's up? If you have the stream unmuted, you'll want to mute that ASAP. Otherwise, we're
Yeah, I
about to
already
get some.
muted it.
My man, look at that. Man knows how to stream. Look at this. We're about to have us a game. Mr. J Dubs, if you want to go ahead and challenge me, you can. Otherwise, I'll go over here and I'll send you the challenge. I'll just jump over.
Okay. Let's see.
I got you.
You beat me to it.
Yep, I got you, sir. All right, we're gonna play some Magic here. I hope J Dubs has got a good deck for us. I'm gonna be playing my personal jank, and this is one of my favorite decks that has been floating around since these cards were created, and I just love the deck, so I'm gonna play it. But
Let's see.
oh man, I've got I got I got a perfect 7 here, man. You can't beat this.
I'm
It's,
not even looking at what you got, so.
it doesn't matter.
I like this hand though.
All
This
right,
should do just well.
you got some good stuff. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Bam. That's it.
Uh,
That's all I got, sir. That's all I've got. All right. I was excited to be able to do some challenger decks because I actually want to pick your brain a little bit while we're playing here. So, and that's not to throw you off. It's just because I want to pick your brain a little bit. But how do you feel about our current meta? Do you think it's completely solved? Do you think we know all the best decks that are there, or do you think there's some stuff floating around under the radar that could just stomp everything if left alone?
I think it's relatively solved. Um, the only issue is that it's very heavily based around the Scarab God right now.
It is.
You'll hear that a lot.
Which brings us
I
into a
think
lot of
there are.
Ruska's contempt.
Yeah, it brings to a lot of roster contents. I think there are some decks that can kind of get around that or kind of have a different game plan. Um, as you'll probably see what I'm playing kind of variant of Green Red Monsters, actually. I think that deck is a bit underrepresented, partially due to people playing with the cards that they already had, and this needing a lot more newer cards.
Understood.
Um,
Well, Red Green Monsters should be a really good deck. You're not coming out very fast there, though.
Mine's not the normal list. It was mainly just with the cards I physically have. I don't have all the pieces. I don't have any of the Eternalized stuff.
No, you did not miss. And I'm speaking to the stream here. No, you did not miss the last deck of the Patreon games. We're actually going to finish off this deck with our stream challenger, and then I'll finish the stream challenge after that. Oh man, 1 mana short. All right, here we go. All right, Phoenix.
Okay.
Phoenix is good. Oh man, it's a lot of stuff. Wow, you're already at 7 mana. Okay, well here we go.
No.
All right.
That's fine.
Chris is like, oh, thank God. Yeah, we're just doing the streamer challenge right now, and then we'll go from there. Did not hit my land. All right, so we'll go red, hostile, discard. GPG.
God Pharaoh's gift, eh?
Tis it is, good sir. Tis it is. And we're gonna discard Combustible Gearhulk. Okay, so here we go. Once Dominaria drops green-red should be much faster. I think so, and I think there are some versions of the green-red monsters decks right now that are extremely fast as is. So yeah, I mean we could definitely have all the greatness. I mean, there's some really good cards coming out of Dominaria. What do you think, J-Dubs? I mean, you're playing the green-red monsters deck. You think there's some cards that are coming that you're pretty excited about, or what?
So I just picked the cards up. The deal I wanted to talk about was that I picked up 3 of the Rekindling Phoenix for a foil Blood Moon. So I just built the deck like yesterday, or what I picked up the
Wow.
4th one.
For the foil Blood Moon.
Yeah, from the Masters 25 foil Blood Moon.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say, man, a foil Blood Moon. Ooh, like Rekindling Phoenix is probably gonna rotate one day.
I don't really play modern, so
Understood.
if I wanted to plan for long term, maybe the Blood Moon would probably go up. But
Right, I got you. Well, here you go.
Sunbirds, eh?
You get to destroy me here if you want. If you think you can. Drover. All right. I think we can survive a Drover. 2 Drovers. Uh-oh. Now you really have all the mana in the world. That settle just ramped you right into everything, didn't it?
We'll see.
Okay. 3 Drovers. All the Drovers ever. Settle the wreckage. All right.
Let's see what you got.
What do I has? I don't know what I has, but we're gonna play a Combustible Gearhulk and see what we get out of the top 6. Sweet. All right, so out of the top 6 here, we're gonna get a Refurbish, and we're gonna hit Godpharaoh's Gift. So Combustible will land.
I'll let it go through.
Yeah.
Or let you draw. Or I don't know what I clicked.
um. So he lets me draw 3. We're gonna
Yeah.
Godpharaoh's Gift here, and we're gonna take the other Combustible.
Oh!
He took it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you almost died, sir. You almost died. Alright, so we get 2 Angel of Inventions and a Noxious Gearhulk in the graveyard. This man almost kills himself. It's still kind of funny. Are we dead on the correct back here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, just 7, 8, 9. Okay. So he's swinging 9 next turn. Okay. I can deal with that. Both of our attackers are lethal. So he has to block. Up to you, Mr. J-Dubs. Red-green monsters. Man, he went wide on me right there. Reckless. Oh, man. I wasn't ready for the Reckless. That's good. That is good. So 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. We're dead. Oh, J-Dubs killed us. I'm so dead. Well, it was a good game. It was a good game. Looks like it doesn't matter. So he didn't use his Hash Up Oasis to kill us.
Oh, whoops. That's what I messed up with. I knew I forgot something.
Well, I didn't want to tell you.
No, I meant to play something else as well.
Glorybringer would have done it.
Hmm.
Well, that killed you, sir. I can't imagine what you have that survives this. Like, if I don't die this turn, I'm pretty sure you're dead. That would have done it too. You could have played Ronus and then pumped for the additional damage. Gonna Savage Stomp me. Alright, well, he may not have killed me. Okay,
just playing my own deck.
I'm gonna refurbish a Noxious Gearhulk. And we'll see what we get from Sunbird's Invocation. We get another refurbish, which we will use on Combustible Gearhulk. That's the reason I love this deck, is because you don't have to actually spend these spells on... I'm going to gain life off of this. We're going to say yes. And, I mean, is this overkill? I think I just jump into combat here, right? Get an angel back, swing in the air. We'll see.
Hunting mode.
Right? This was your challenge, man. This was it. You had me. You had me. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry, J-Dubs. I am. I'll put the +1/+1 counters on. Wow.
That's what I can do about flying.
Ouch. Okay. Ouch. That hurt. That hurt to watch that punt. That like, even chat was like, did you take Hash Up Oasis into account? Like, you are dead. Punts. Ain't easy, is it? Huh? Man.
Okay, so sideboard. Need these.
So I want these. I don't think I need this. we're sideboarding in cryptic code. I need these. I need this thing. That.
What do I drop is the real question.
That is a good question, ain't it? All right, ready when you are, sir. Take your full allotted amount of time if you need it, whatever it is you need to do. Bolt, then Goblin Grenade to the face. Quick 8 points of damage. There you go. You got it, Nelson. That's all he had to do. Yeah. Ouch. Punt cost you. That's how it is too, man. Just one little missed interaction.
Shall play first.
All right, good man. Good luck to you. Oh, I'm keeping this. This is a perfect 7. I thought the last one was a perfect 7, but no. Oh, my deck's full of perfect 7s. My bad. I'm sorry. My hand's so far from perfect. I got 3 spells in my hand I can't even cast. It's gonna make it a little bit better. Maybe we'll find a white source or something. All right, well, it's a start. Just really depends on how quick you come out the gate. Communing with dinosaurs. And you didn't play a land before you did that? So are you looking for land? Ooh. What do you think, chat? Do you think he's actually got land in hand? Huh? I don't think he does. I don't think he's got it. He got a Haship Oasis. And he had to play it. Oh, man. Dubs, not like this. Don't go down like this. Sir. You were supposed to be the one that came in and just wrecked me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I going to lose to Thrash? Thrash is a good card. Thrash is a really good card. Well, that's all I've got. My deck does nothing early game. All I can do is sit here and talk trash past turn.
What's in your grave? Combustible, Cataclysmic Gearhawk.
Cataclysmic, and Cathartic Reunion, good sir.
I need mana to destroy any artifacts. I might need to keep 1 mana up. So we'll go with this.
Raptors. Planes off the top. Come on, planes off the top. Ain't gonna get it, Emma. Nope. Didn't get it. Alright, well. You might have me this game, Mr. You totally might have me this game. I need to get my value train rolling. Six, 7, 8. I'll go to 6. You was hurting on land earlier, and now you have all the land in the world, and my second white source comes in tap. Okay. So I'm just gonna get back a Cataclysmic Gearhawk here. I will pick to keep a Gearhawk, and I'm done. And he can pick which creature he would like to keep.
Only get to keep my Ripjaw.
All right. Works for me, sir. You do now have like all of the mana in the world, or all of the time in the world. Maybe not. If I top deck another land, you might not have enough time. I might be able to come back. I do still have 6 cards in hand. 3. Commune, you'll still have one card.
Perfect. That helps.
That does help. That'll help you a ton. Death Gorge. Bye-bye Combustible. And you get to gain 2 life. Not so much worried about the life as if I do get to get ahead here, I think my deck wins, but I'm not 100% sure I get to get ahead.
That's only a 4/6, right?
4/5.
4/5? I don't know why I said 4/6.
Right, they're both 4/5s.
You don't block this?
I have to. I know I don't want you to have cards, but I have to block it. And he gets another land. So now he have braids.
I wish I had a braid.
That's what I expect. Thunderherd. And you revealed the Ranging Raptor. So his last card is a Raptor. Have you just been drawing land? Like just running?
I haven't just been running land. And I only run 22.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, The fact that I've just been only drawing lands is pretty strange.
We know he's got Ranging Raptors as the other card. I think this is my play. I'm going to go with servos.
And get those chump blockers in.
Getting those chump blockers in, sir. Got to stabilize at this 6 life before you get that Phoenix and just get in the air. At least I got an air blocker, like an aerial blocker now as well. So Ranging Raptors. There it is. So now we no longer know what's in his hand. That's right, it grew. Ha ha ha. So yeah, we're just gonna keep hard casting Gear Hulks from this point forward.
No.
Yeah, I got a handful of Gear Hulks too. All right, so now we're back to a safe life total.
This isn't good.
I'd say it's probably about to get bad for you, sir. Yes, sir.
I need to thin my deck and chump block, so you do your job.
Right, get in front of that 5 damage for me. Give me a land and get in front of that damage. Yes, James, I knew that Glorybringer was the one thing that I was worried about, but luckily we weren't there. We knew the cards in his hand when we played the Angel of Invention. Ripjaw.
If I can't find an answer soon, it's going to be pretty bad. One thing this deck always does seem to have is hand issues. So I do got to figure out a way to solve that. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Yes, sir. Angel. And your go.
I can't take this hit, can I?
You can't block that either.
Oh, yeah, it does have menace.
You can block 5 or 2. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, this is a lethal attack. I didn't even look. I just said this looks good.
Looks like you got it. My hand is land.
Ah, sir. My hand was nothing but gas. Yeah, just gas.
So when I first was doing some shuffle games, I was like, I kept flooding out, so I decreased the land count to 22.
You took the land count down to 22?
Well, because I have the ramp and then the stuff to search for lands. Okay. I know back in the Spike subreddit, back when the Rivals first came out, they were talking about how low can we bring the dinosaur deck to in terms of land count. And 22 was where they brought it out. I don't have as many as
4 commune?
Yeah, I'm only running 2 commune because my spell count was a bit too high.
Okay.
So my land count probably should be 23. Because I am running 4 of the. I'm bad with card names. 4 Thunderherd Migration and 4 Drovers.
See, I didn't actually like Thunderherd Migration when I was running it in the Dinos deck. But the Teamer Dinos deck, it played really smooth for me and like those first 3 games, I was just running over people. I mean, how many Carnage Tyrants and stuff do you have in there?
Only 2 right now. I don't have any more.
Understood. The card is expensive, and if you're buying it, you're an LGS. A lot of times it's not on the shelf. So
nothing's on the shelf of my LGS.
Understood, man. hopefully that at least means nothing's on the shelf because you got players there that are, taking it off the shelf as quick as it hits. But
Yeah. Yeah, my LGS is 30, 40 people. We use 6, 7 round
oh
tournaments.
man, y'all nice. See, that's what I'm talking about. That I'm gonna
Yeah.
miss that so much. There was an
Yeah.
email went out about my new local LGS that for the pre-release for Dominaria, if they didn't get at least 32 people, that they would lose their advanced status. So that means the last couple pre-releases they haven't been doing so well. So like they're at the point where they're about to lose some status. So calling out anyone in North Mississippi, Southeast Tennessee, West, or sorry, Southwest Tennessee, Northwest Alabama, anywhere near North Mississippi. If you want to play Dominaria, go to Tupelo, Anthony's Tupelo Sports Cards. That's the LGS around here. We're looking for people to play. So if you're in the area and you wanna help out a Magic community, play your Dominaria pre-release there.
You see, you're in Mississippi right now.
I am. I was born and raised here, and then went off to the military, and then to Phoenix, Arizona, and I've made it back home.
Yeah, I got family down from Natchez over there.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I have. I actually don't know much about Natchez, but we used to take the Natchez Chase Parkway all the time, and I went down there sightseeing, but I don't know much about the area. But anyway, Brandon Hall here says he runs 23 lands in his Dino deck or Dino build on Arena, and Brandon's actually he's digging into Arena really hardcore over there. So, thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that.
With the amount of ramp and stuff I have, that's probably the correct number. But like every game playtested so far are flooded, so I don't know.
And then if you cut it anymore, you're going to end up going into a situation where you're like, now I never have land. And
Yeah,
the more you cut that, the worse your mulligans get. So I would definitely, be careful in that aspect.
I'm definitely not going to cut it any more than this. I just got to get some more games in. Like I said, this list literally just put it together like
Well,
10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago.
how do you have the blue lands to splash into that deck?
Uh,
Like to take
yeah, I
it
do.
teamer? To take it teamer like a
Take it to.
blooming
I do
Spire,
not.
Spire
I could
Bluff
find
Canal,
those.
Spire Bluff Canal, and what's the other one? Oh, come on, guys, help me! Botanical Sanctum.
I do have the Spiral Buff Canal. I don't have the Botanical Sanctums because Grixis is my main deck as well.
Hey,
Grix.
good on you, brother.
My
Like I love Grixis. It's always been one of my things. But yeah, look at the Dinos deck I ran the other day, and like start there. It had some Phoenixes in it. You might want to up the count of Phoenix, but it looked like you were playing really close to the deck anyway, and blue is almost free to play in that deck. Um, just because like you don't actually have to splash to get those other colors. It just blue just happens to be like free to play.
Well, I think
Northern
the one thing I was
Indiana.
worried about
Oh, go ahead.
was I'm running double green and double red on 4. Uh,
Yeah,
so
well, the deck was running the Dinos deck I was playing runs 23 lands, 3 commune with dinosaurs, and runs double green on for Ripjaw Raptor on 4, and runs double green or double red for Phoenix and Chandra on 4. So you got 4 red 4 double red 4 drops and 4 double green 4 drops, and it's just like it's no problem. It
yeah, okay,
really
I'll have to
isn't.
try it out.
Like the blue splash in it is just you don't even have blue spells in the main board, so like you don't care whether or not you have the blue or not. The only thing you're doing the teamer energy base was good anyway, or the teamer mana
I
base was good anyway. So like you're not playing anything that's broken.
Yeah, I was considering the white splash for the Ixalan's binary cast out since it has cycle as well. Just because those are Grixis has issues with enchantments. So
Okay,
and
so
that's
if you're gonna go that route, I want to put you on a list that R.A. Lax played in. I think he come in like 18th place. It may have been Roanoke or something like that, but he placed in a in 600 or 700 man event. He placed like 12th or 18th. But RA-Lax has got a Naya Dinos build, or a Naya Monsters build. That's not exactly Dinos, but it is monsters, but it's got things like Thopter's Arrest, Cast Outs, that type of stuff to answer those enchantments like you were talking about.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know if you follow the Pro Tour and know much about RA-Lax, but if you are thinking about white, that's probably the bet. Like that deck is had the best placing of any Naya build we've seen in Rivals. So
I'll have to go through and look for it.
uh,
Most of the stuff I really like a lot of Channel Fireball stuff, but haven't been
okay.
looking too much at the pro scene specifically.
I might actually even have a copy of the deck on manatraders in my played decks. So I'm checking my decks right now, and we'll if I do have a copy of the, where's the Naya Monsters, Teamer the Monsters. Nope. Here's Turbo Fog. Bant Super Friends. Come on, where's it at, Naya? I'll find the list and send it to you, J-Dubs.
Thanks for that. Whenever you find it.
Yeah, I'll probably just direct message it to you there on Patreon. But either way, sir, if you want to send the deck that you just challenged with, if you want to send that, or you want to play around with it a little bit, I would like to take it as our first topic of for coffee time when we come back. We've got a couple other things that some people have mentioned, but I don't have a deck yet for my next coffee time. So if you want to post whatever list you end up with, after the stream tonight, I'll pull up that Naya list and I'll send it to you, and then from there, if you decide you want to go with that or something else, either way, send us what you end up with for coffee time, and between all the guys and yourself, if you want to get in on it. I think you've been a member of Coffee Time before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Well, I mean, it hasn't been that many coffee times, but we're working on it. But anyway, I'll find that list and send it over to you. And if you want us to pull it up and kind of look at it and see if we can do any tweaking, tuning, or talk about the individual cards in it and why we like them or why we don't, so that you can make informed decisions for yourself, which is what I recommend. Listen to everyone's advice, but then make your own decisions. But yeah, if you'll send it to us, we'll pull it up on Coffee Time and go from there.
Will do.
Sir, sorry you were unable to beat me. I really am. I don't mind losing to a challenger or something like that, but I also recommend that you know exactly what I have in my hand, because I don't know. I don't know. I would like to see you guys beat this streamer, but I'm not gonna let you.
Yeah. Gothro gift decks, they're pretty difficult. Once they get to 5-6 mana, you've lost the game, really, unless you've put them under a lot of pressure.
Well, in that game one, I got that Sunbird's Invocation. I was getting so much value, it was stupid.
I messed that up myself. I saw lethal and just rushed through attack step.
I was like, oh my god, he's not gonna kill me. What are you doing?
I had 2 different ways to perform lethal, and I just went past them both.
All right, chat. If anyone's still here that has the emojis, let's get a big round of punts for J-Dubs, and then some golden nuts for thanking him here for playing with us. But I've got to get a big round of punts for you here, sir. I'm going to do it myself if no one else does. Oh yeah, that's enough. And then, of course, for playing. I wonder how many it'll let me put. There we go. Punts and golden nuts for you there, sir. And you've got your own. And you got your own punts. You're like, I was eating. Punt. What is that? Heart? You love to punt? Hey, you know what? Me too. Punts is how we learn and we move forward and we go, hey, I won't make that mistake again. At least we hope we do. J-Dubs, it's been fun. I'm going to jump into this Metalwork Colossus deck, play it, and then enjoy the rest of my night with my family. So, sir?
You have a good one.
I will. Punt is not a rugby ball, guys. Punt is punts are all right. So in American football, there's 4 downs. Okay, if you don't make first down by your 4th down, there's a goal that you need to get to, and that goal moves across the field. And if you don't get to that goal within four tries, then the opponent gets the ball right there. So if after your 3rd try you don't think you're going to get it, you would punt the ball to the other end of the field. Punt means that you messed up. You didn't get there. You have to yeah, American football. I say American football because it has dawned on me that people all over the world watch the stream. So American football is the one that looks like a rugby ball, and it's not a rugby ball, but yeah. But yeah, you're if you right, you have 4 downs to get 10 yards. If you don't make it to 10 yards in 4 downs, a lot of times, after the 3rd down, they'll kick the ball to the other opponent so they don't get the ball right there. So it's further, the other team would have to carry the ball back down the field. Now, I'm not big into sports. I'm trying to say this as vaguely as possible for those of you nerds like myself that aren't into football. Look at me. Aren't I a big bulky guy? I was a linebacker. Right? And you the wide receiver, ain't you? Anyway, yeah. So basically, a punt in Magic means you messed up and you had to you gave the advantage back to the opponent. So that's what I think of when I think of punts, and that's why it's a football. You're punting the ball back. You're giving them the chance to defeat you at that point. All right, guys, we have this one deck, and again, remember I said that I'm not going to be tweaking it much, and there wasn't a sideboard, so I just slapped some cards in the sideboard. But we're going to be playing this for Mike, and Mike was actually just trying to get the fire under me to actually build this deck. So I guess if I play it and it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to truly put some work into this deck and build my own version of this. I've tried a couple times, and it looks like there's a lot of fun to be had here, and I just really I don't know. I didn't do really well with this deck in the past, but I think there's some serious jank here, and I really want to try it out. A punt here means rebellion, right? Well, then I rebelled in Magic. Instead of taking the good line like a good little Magic player, I was a rebel. I Robert Frost that stuff. What? Road Less Traveled? Robert Frost, didn't he write that? I could be wrong. Anyway, all right. This is the deck. Again, it's a lot like my Infinite Metalwork Colossus combo. I bet it's within 15 cards. But again, he's wanting me to hurry up and build this thing and play my version of it. So much love to you for putting me on a version of it and saying, hey, let's get this done. Right, I knew what you meant by in your country. Where are you from, Jen? You love the punt explanations. Gotta love the 2 types of football. Combo? Hopefully. Oh. See, I want to say I knew that. I wanted to... Slovenia? Is that how you say it? Slovenia? Alright, well, I mean, we've got cards, we've got color. Let's see what happens. I mean, if this happens with the Paradox engine, then this is going to be great. We'll see. I mean, we'll start drawing cards next turn. We got Prophetic Prism. We got things like that. I guess at some point this coming week, I'm going to have to build and play this Metalwork Colossus deck. So. All right. Call me a fatty. I wish I could. Man, I wish I could gain weight. My wife, she gets so mad at me. Like, I don't know. I'll be streaming or something like that. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah, I'm waiting. But she gets so mad at me. Like, after supper, I'll go and where'd that biscuit come from? Somebody went out. That ain't home cooked food. Anyway, yeah, she gets mad at me because I don't ever gain weight. I'll eat like a whole pie or something. Oh my goodness, we've got all. Just work one time. Just one time. We're calling Thopter. He's got a ballista. I do need some land, though. So, if I play the Metallic Mimic, I don't know, I think I just hold. Like, right now the Ballista's not a huge threat, so I'll just pass. Hopefully we can get some land here, though. Oh, yes! Yes! Hey! Man, I hate that you donate money to make that happen. Thank you, though. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. You know what? Let's pick some music. I haven't listened to the Pokemon song I like so much in a while. We'll do that. Let me know if that's too loud. I figure that the music is banging there because I had it turned up so everybody could hear J-Dubs. Let me know if that's too loud. You don't have to pay $2. I'll read chat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well. Madonna's Climb deck, huh? Well, we're getting there. How much more damage can we take? I'm gonna try to get greedy here. If he plays Adonis Climb next turn, then I'm gonna be in some trouble, but yeah. Absolutely, guys. If you do like tonight's content, make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe if you want to have your decks played, or you want to have some control over what decks get played on these Patreon games. Remember, I'll be more than happy to give feedback and stuff, and to any of my patrons, not just the guys who pay for this service or the Challenger service or something like that. But if you want to be a patron and you want to help help the channel out, then I'm going to bring you into my content one way or another. Like if you want to be part of this, then you're going to be part of it. So if you guys want to do that, then I'm more than happy to play decks for you. I do a lot of Patreon content for just the patrons, like coffee time and stuff like that. That's patron only, and those guys get in there live. I mean, it's a bunch of guys, kind of like we just had. J-Dubs has been there. We have Zaxadillo, who is as a favorite here. Put it on the Ballista. Put it on the Ballista. Don't put it on Rishkar. Don't put it on Rishkar. Don't put it on Rishkar. Oh, he put it on a Rishkar. All right. Well, I have blockers. Oh, he didn't want to flip it. That's why he put it on Rishkar. And we'll pay a colorless to make a red. And we'll just go ahead and take our 2 damage from the Walking Ballista right now. I was really hoping he wouldn't do that, but we're basically just played Sweltering Suns right there just to force the hand on the Walking Ballista. I should have played it last turn instead of playing the Efficient Construction, and then he would have had to add more to the board now, and then we would have been so much better off. But it was definitely a hindsight punt, you know, like I had passed the advantage over to him by not killing that when I did, when I thought that I was getting a little further ahead, but it was not the case. Is he just not wanting to flip this? I mean, as long as he doesn't have his way to shoot at us anymore. Then I think now we just need to... So I'll just call Thopter, I guess. We really need to hit more land. And now I'm just trying to, like, bide time. Does this give flying? Yeah, it gives flying, but it doesn't give trample. Alright, so he's trying not to flip it. I'll go to 2. Do you have a Blossoming Defense? Apparently not. So we need pretty much everything to go just perfect right here. I don't know what could go perfect. I really need land and some other stuff, and that ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, we could get Sunbirds down next turn, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and concede. Jump into the next game. I wonder what it would take to make this deck, like, you need so many artifacts to be able to get 2 Metalwork Colossus. I think I'm just going to run it back. I just want to play with it. I might play a second game with this. Right, yeah, I seen it. He could have actually added the counter there. Made his dude flying pump. He just didn't. I don't know. I had a flying blocker though. So the one that he made flying, I would have been able to block, and then the one that he didn't make flying, because he would have had a 2/2, I would have just taken the 4 from Rishkar. So maybe he couldn't have won. All right. This Deus Ex song is pretty cool too. I like this one. You really hope that Wartha Ornithopter will see more play? All right, so I'm gonna try this, and we're gonna pray I don't mess it up. Like I would have been much better off if I hadn't have waited a turn to Sweltering Suns. We've gotten ahead of that Rishkar, which he ended up using for mana to make other plays later. Would have been way ahead of a lot of things, but I didn't. So that happens. well, I mean, it's not the best start, but I'll take it. I mean, we're getting our lands. We'll Inspired Statuary next turn, which means we get to play the Efficient Construct. There's a construction. Alright, well, we just gotta kind of hope we can combo off here. There's the climb. I didn't have the mana to cast Sweltering Suns last turn anyway. Alright, well, we're gonna go for a blocker here. We get Prism. I'm gonna play the Prism. We'll say any order on this. Another Sweltering Suns. Do I have another? I don't have anything else I can do. So now we will Efficient Construction. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're at 9. We can almost get a Metalwork Colossus down. Brash. So this guy seems like he doesn't actually want to flip his Adonis Climb, which, like, I don't get why you wouldn't. Like, why wouldn't you want to flip the climb? I'm so confused. Well, an artifact off the top would be really nice. It would help start building some blockers and thopters and stuff for us. So that would be nice. Is he gonna destroy something? No, he's not. You gonna make one of these have a counter on it? Alright, well, I'm going to block the 5 points of damage, try to keep my life total decent here. And then we're going to Sweltering Suns this turn. 2-mana artifact? No? Alright, well. So we're going to go red source, blue source, colorless. Turn the colorless into red. Pass the turn. Double Sweltering Suns. That's the best we can do. Servant. Come on, give me like Paradox Engine off the top. Cathartic Reunion or something. Another construction. So it costs 6 mana to play this. Alright, well, I mean, I've got some blockers, and now we're to... I mean, we got a 10-10 on the battlefield. And it got contempted. And that's why I want to be able to have this thing in the graveyard. Metalwork Colossus. Like, I've wanted this card to be good for so long. I'll take 4. Or do I just... I'll block. We'll block. We'll see what happens. Maybe... Alright, so if we go 1, 2, 3... I guess this worked. 4. Oh, we need a blue. I'm sorry. 4. And then we go Prophetic Prism. One, 2, 3, 4. And we'll pass. So next turn I can Glint Sleeve and then make like a ton of Thopters? I don't know. A Vraska's Contempt on a Thopter. I love it. I love it. Alright, well, he's got a flying... Well, he's not going to be flying this turn. There's 5. We gain 1. Alright, so we play Spire. Nothing! That's horrible. So, sacrifice. What do I want? Like what will save me here? What can I cast? So I've got 1 mana untapped, and I've got 1 Thopter, so I can cast. Oh no, I've only got 1 mana untapped. I can't cast any of this stuff. Yep. We're just gonna cast a Paradox Engine or take a Paradox Engine and pray. We've got a couple blockers. We're gonna just try to like hold our life total, and next turn we'll make 3 Thopters, and then maybe Panharmonicon would have been the better card, but I'm just hoping that I get like a Sunbird's Invocation. You love your Vampire Token deck you have on MTGO? I think Vampire Tokens is great. Like, I think it's one of the best Albatross. He's like, I'm like a bad rash. I'm back. Sad, dude. I know. Oh, can't believe. Alright. 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 So he's gonna flip it? It's not a May. Oh, okay. He's got a Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Okay. Well, we make 3 Thopters next turn, so at least we have flying blockers. The artifacts are important, so well, that's no good. Casting the artifact is important, though. So maybe this should be Tormenting Voice, because there's really only 1 card we want to throw away. Okay, well, I'm hoping that I just keep hitting artifacts off the top, but our artifact count is not that high, so this feels like it might not be a doable thing. Alright, well, a Blossoming Defense did. Servant. It's not enough. Not enough. Like, we would just be able to keep casting and casting and casting, but unfortunately we just die. All right, I'm gonna build around this and play a version of this deck later this week, and I'll see what I can do. I think we need some more targeted removal in here. Sweltering Suns was great, but I don't know if that's where we need. I think we need more card draw, card selection. So, right, maybe this deck doesn't have enough artifacts, but maybe there's not enough artifacts to make the Sunbird's Invocation and Efficient Construction Metalwork Colossus part work. So, like, if you need to run these 7 cards, then you just may not have enough room for artifacts plus everything else. I think that the Glenness Crane has to be cut. And then, like, yeah, everything else that comes in just needs to be artifact, artifact, artifact. Even 1 mana artifacts, that's like ramping one spell. So, you know, there's the Prism was good. I really like the Prism. I don't know if I need the Mimic in this deck. Like, if we're just kind of like gonna truly cut some stuff, Panharmonicon's probably gonna go. Paradox Engine's good, but it's probably not what we're looking for. But yet, I would keep the Paradox Engine just because we're an Inspiring Statuary deck, and I'll probably stay an Inspiring Statuary deck. Cathartic Reunion probably needs to be Tormenting Voice. Like, we were kind of in one of those, like, if you're gonna run both Tormenting Voice and Cathartic Reunion, I like running Cathartic Reunion. But if you're only going to run one or the other, the chances of you top decking a Cathartic Reunion late and just not having anything to do with it is always a horrible thing. The Crane isn't that bad, but it gives you, like, just selection. And in this deck, we don't really care what artifact we get. Like, the Crane just digs down and gets an artifact, but we don't really care what artifact we get. We just want an artifact. So, like, we just want to cast an artifact to create more Thopters, which lets us do other things. And the only real reason, honestly, Key to the City could be better than Tormenting Voice. Really? So, like, maybe it's a Key to the City build, because the only card we really want to discard is Metalwork Colossus. Once we've discarded Metalwork Colossus, like, pretty much nothing matters after that. So, yeah, I think there's some more artifacts we can put in the deck. I'll play around with it this week, and all right, Mike, I will play this deck this week. We will get this Metalwork Colossus deck out. Hopefully, I'll have a chance to talk to Zax about it a little bit and get some brewing ideas off of him. This one's been one of those brews that's been a little bit hard for me. About 0-cost artifacts. This deck's not really looking for 0-cost artifacts. Alright, so Metalwork Colossus says that Metalwork Colossus costs X less to cast, where X is the total converted mana cost of non-creature artifacts you have. So anything that is we need it to have a converted mana cost, and we need it to be a non-creature artifact. Now, Efficient Construction is our payoff for playing non-creature artifacts. We get some creatures out of those. But the goal here is to have having a Sunbird's Invocation on the battlefield, an Efficient Construction on the battlefield, and a Metalwork Colossus in the graveyard, and then cast Metalwork for free. At that point, you get to put your entire deck on the battlefield right then. Bam, done. Everything in the deck on the battlefield. And because everything's a May, you don't have to draw cards. You will get to the point where you get your Bantu's Monument, and then you will continuously cast your Metalwork Colossus for free over and over and over again until your opponent is dead. You will never pass the turn. You'll never tap. Like, if you, it's a 3 card combo that requires a 4th card to be in a proper place. So it's a little bit hard for setup, but the combo's there, and like, ever since we found it, I've kind of wanted to play around with it. And this was, as far as I know, no one had ran the Efficient Construction Metalwork Colossus combo ever until we found it on the Mono Blue stream we were doing on Dev. Like, I don't know of anyone ever talking about it, but it may just be because it was so horrible that it wasn't worth talking about. But yeah, it was the first time I'd ever seen it. We found it right there on the stream. I thought it was something that I wanted to play with. So, all right, guys, that is all I've got for the Patreon games tonight. If there's something that you want to know about or anything like that, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Hey, Andrew's bossing again. By the end of the stream, y'all did like so little damage to Andrew that he's almost back to full health. What's up with that? He's bossing. He's bossing. Right? You like Andrew, huh? Well, I bet you would. I bet you would like Andrew. Alright. Anyway. That better? Can you see now, Lamp? Can you see? Alright. Anyway, that's my show for today. Guys, I hope you did like it. La Parker Thomas! Not that much too late, bro. That's okay. Replay should be up any minute, right? YouTube's got a DVR, man. Just rewind that stuff, play it back through. Guys, I hope you had a lot of fun. I know I had a lot of fun. If there's anyone that did not get their deck played for the Patreon games, there's just a couple people that just never posted. Please, please, let me know. I will get you an extra game played next month. Like, I want to give you something back and make you part of the content for your patronage. So, you know, please don't be upset if you didn't get your deck played. Just send me a message and say, hey, you didn't play it, and I will make sure it happens. All right, guys, that's all I've got. I ain't saying it again. You guys can say it again. I'll see you next time. Sideboard MTG. Stick around for the credits. It's got Andrew's name all over it, right? Just in one spot? Is that where it? Whatever. Bye, guys.